Yo, what's crackin'-lackin', biatch? Your ass is smoking Thug Pattern Game in episode 52, brought to you by Gazoogle, yo. Host call me Chad Bishop. To my left is Mr. Mark Shallow. To my right is Master Beeve. Dope evening, gentlemen. Brought to you by Gazoogle.
Dope.
Yeah, thugging out. So what do you feel about that?
I
Mark?
don't know what to feel.
I know.
I don't know how to express it.
I wanted to come in hot this time. It's been a long time since we recorded, and I think
So-
like coming in hot is really guns blazing. Man.
What was that? What just happened?
I translated an intro to our show, like what we would usually do
Okay.
in
Yeah. Okay.
Gazoogle Translator,
Okay.
and that's what it spit out to me.
What is Gazoogle Translator?
I believe it's an app done by some person that I guess patterns thug speech. I
Some
suppose
gentleman from...
I had no idea the world needed that.
it is pretty great. Like the best part about Gazoogle is putting an actual like real web page, like CNN or something,
Yeah.
and it actually translates the whole thing into like this type of. It's pretty hilarious. The things that come out are pretty awesome. Poems, song lyrics. It's great.
Cool.
Yeah. So I figured I'd do that this time.
Will it translate my top poem web pages?
Definitely. Well, your top poem webpage. But please, let us know. Which ones are they?
Did you
I
see
wanna know.
The road
the top
to
10
Bridge
Roads
in
diverged.
Yellowwood?
Yeah.
That's the only one I know.
All right.
Did you see the top 10 poems from 1790s?
Did I?
Did they post that last week?
Really?
Amazing.
Oh, yeah?
Robert Frost 10 times. When was he alive?
Literature.
Literature, guys.
Literature.
Yeah.
Poetry.
Hey guys, I haven't seen you guys in so long.
I know, it's been a while.
Get our intro so we all know who we are.
Yeah.
I've been being a dad, and that's becoming more life-consuming, like more every day.
Yeah.
It's
That was a bad sentence there, buddy.
That was a bad.
it's
That was a dad sentence.
was
it's eating up my life and every bit of spare time possible. I spend all my time cleaning now, so that's what I do.
Cleaning.
Outside of work,
After baby or just cleaning stuff
just
around?
trying to keep up. You know,
Listen,
it's
guys.
it's like quicksand. I just keep sinking.
You know what?
Ray's
You
going to
know
hear
what?
this and be like,
You-
my dad thought I was quicksand.
You know what? Like, you're just standing there, and you got two roads diverged into yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler along. I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent up in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having like the better claim, because the shiznit was grassy and wanted wear, though as fo dat passing there had worn damn straight up bout the same. I shall be spitting lyrics to this with a sigh.
I think it's the performance that's really doing it for me. It's not so much the words.
Okay. Well, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I was I'm not going to look it up. I was going to look up what the actual words are. Parts of that seem to be.
Yeah, some
How
of
I
those
remember
were
it.
I
grade
still
7.
don't know what's happening.
Some of those
I'm
were
enjoying
legit.
it. But
Did you have to memorize it in grade 7? That's what
I
we had
did.
to do.
What was
word
it?
for word.
What is this?
The Robert Frost poem.
No.
Yeah, we
Two
did.
roads to.
Virgin
What's it called?
Yellow, the road not taken.
Road not taken.
Yeah.
No.
Road not taken, man.
Also-
Robert Frost? Is he Canadian?
No.
Okay. He wasn't even Canadian.
Stopping by the woods on a snowy evening is his other one, where he just like
I
he
don't know
talks
that
about. Yeah.
He went to a different school system than me.
So we went to the Robert Frost.
Went to the Robert Frost. yeah.
approved one.
Intermediate.
Robert Frost Intermediate. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, James Woods High. Is that on Family Guy? Yeah,
Yes,
James
yeah.
Woods. Yeah, yeah. Pretty
Let's
good.
find out who Robert Frost was, hey guys?
Man, well, you know what? We need to get some culture in here, man. Because I started with such a terrible thing, and I think we need to really get the highbrow stuff up. Put our monocles in. And,
Yeah.
and you know,
Who thinks Robert Frost is Canadian?
What?
The prize. There's a special prize.
Oh,
I'm
who
going to
thinks
give this
Robert
away at
Frost?
some point tonight. Hold on.
oh god. Oh wait, what do you got there, man?
The winner wins a breathe right strip. Because if
Oh,
you
my
snore
God.
at night, then you won't snore.
Oh, fantastic! Well,
Cool.
I don't have that problem, so
Okay, so Robert
It's
Frost.
not- oh, I don't have that. I snore, but it's not my problem.
it's definitely not yours. No, you're right.
Canadian?
What?
I don't think he's Canadian.
No? Do you think Canadian?
Well, I'm going to say the opposite of Chad.
Chad wins a breathe right strip.
Yeah, he's American, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So what would you do if I also said he wasn't? Would you have to
Oh, it would have been really awkward. It'd be like true or false? False, also false. Oh, what do we
You just
do
hear
now?
crickets and frogs, like just like I don't know what to do.
So you're saying that I saved your whole segment there?
Yeah, thank you.
Came to the rescue.
For the record, I was trying to find. I thought I had my copy of Rogue Warrior in the bag,
Oh, really?
and the loser would have to get it and play it. Well, we'll talk about that later on.
Spoilers.
I already
So-
have body count at my house, man. Already.
That's true.
I still have it.
You're on that hook. So we have a jam-packed show for tonight. We have a very busy schedule to get to.
Chocker blocked.
So let's get to it.
Chocker block. Yes, buddy.
It's been 6 weeks since we recorded last.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's 1,000 million games out there to choose from.
Yeah,
We've
6
seen in the
million.
internet.
There's 1,000 and a million,
1,000 and a million.
so you can choose.
No, there's
Choose
1,000 million. So there's 1,000 million.
There's a game called.
I'm
10
sure there's a
million.
better
There is?
better number to use than
1,000 million trillion.
There's a game called Threes.
There is a game called
Yeah,
Threes.
so just numbers, guys.
there's
Yeah.
lots of games with numbers.
Yeah, lots of numbers.
There's
Yeah.
the movie 27, I think, the Jim Carrey one.
Number 23.
23.
23.
Come on, man.
Uh,
27
so-
dresses. There's also
yeah.
that.
I'd say there's like 1,000 million
16
movies
candles?
too.
Yeah, there's a lot of 60 candles. That's right. Yeah.
14 Robert Frost.
How many
So-
poems did he write? Do you think?
A bit of two.
At least
two, I know.
two.
How do you sleep at night? Because we could change that.
Yeah.
How do you sound when you sleep at night?
Maybe you can have that at the end of the show.
Yeah, I think so.
So we literally have our choice of any game in the entire universe to play. So we've had 6
What a
weeks.
world. What
We've
a-
had 6
it's a
weeks to
smorgasbord.
do whatever we want,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The world is our oyster.
You know what I did? I got on like Scrooge McDuck. I got into the safe and I just jumped into a pile of games and I just started
Yep.
spitting them around and swimming in them. It
Yeah?
was great. Yeah, and I couldn't pick which one because it was just so amazing.
I wonder, like after he did that, did he get a bath? Like a real
I always thought
proper
he hurt
bath?
his neck because he like dove in and
Yeah, but
can't even do that with snow.
isn't
like, it
money
hurts.
dirty?
Money's pretty dirty. Dirty money.
And it's also kind of inefficient, right?
Isn't that-
Like
wasn't that
storing your gold that way? Wouldn't you want to melt it down in the bars and you could store it
You
in a
can't.
smaller room?
But you can't.
Dance
You
in
can't.
it. You can't-
Yeah, you can't.
No,
you
you
can't
can't enjoy
swim
it.
in it, and you can't spit it in the air like water.
Yep. You can't
right?
have your nephew steal it.
That's pretty gross. Normally we talk about the. I know. I can see your finger.
So listen, normally we talk about games.
Bev is very insistently trying to get me to drop the levels a little bit, and
Yeah, he's doing it. He's being a little adamant.
I get a little scoochy there.
There we go.
It's Scoochie.
So listen, we got our choice. We can play whatever we want.
That's right.
Yep.
So what do we all go out and play on our independent own choices? That was also different from each other.
We all played Telltale games.
We
Yeah.
did.
Good job, guys.
We all did the exact same thing.
So you threw up the ball,
yeah,
and
Yep.
you let it drop like 4 times.
Yeah.
But on the 5th time,
you spiked it.
I gave it a little tap.
You know, tap.
I think it was a little tap.
Yeah.
little tap. You bumped it.
Yeah.
So everyone name movies with Telltale on the title.
I only know the Telltale Heart, which is not a movie.
It's like
that's a
It's a
poem.
short story, isn't it?
Robert Frost.
Is it a short story? It's like I don't know.
I don't know. It's close.
That was
It's
a
close,
diorama
yeah,
in The Simpsons.
It was a diorama. Yeah. Okay, and then there was the Star Wars figures were also dioramas.
Yes.
That's, yeah.
You bent my Wookiee.
Yeah,
Remember
I
that?
know. Guys, you remember that? That's pretty great.
Guys, remember Florida? PTA disbanded.
Was that one? I don't even know now.
I don't know.
It's pretty good.
So listen, we all played Telltale games.
We
So
did.
Everyone talk about their dang Telltale
Who
game.
goes first?
Ooh.
Chad Bishop.
I bought it. It was on sale. The Critics' Choice sale. It was $7 or something for the full season,
That's a bargain.
which is
really?
pretty great. Yep. So I was debating. I was like standing there like going, should I pick Shadow of Mordor or should I get like Far Cry? And I was like, nah, Wolf Among Us. I'm getting.
Holy shit! You had Shadow of Mordor,
Yeah.
Far Cry.
How much were those?
and Wolf Among Us.
They were Shadow of Mordor was 30 and Far Cry was 40, I think.
Oh, so you're just saying that you're cheap?
But yeah, I'm very cheap. I don't
okay.
buy anything.
You
So
got
I
your
bought the
keys
cheapest
to
one.
Key Rat.
Yeah.
You got 2 hours of Far Cry.
I bought the cheapest one. Okay, I bought the one that was $7.
But you made it was a good choice.
It was a good choice.
I think anyway.
Yeah.
Do you think it was a good choice?
I think I'm on episode. I've just finished episode 3,
okay.
so I have 2 more to go.
And where are you with Wolf Among Us? I'm
Do you
pointing
almost
at
say
Bev.
Wook Among Us?
I might have.
Wookie Among Us?
You bit my Wolf Among Us.
I think I'm near the end of episode 2. I think.
Okay.
I want to say. I'm
Okay.
like an hour, more than an hour in. So
It's hard not. to...
I can't remember
it's-
where 3 ended. So
Right.
I can check it out on my phone now. 'Cause I'm playing it on my phone.
yes,
You're playing that on a phone. what an age we live in. Okay, like seriously, like holy.
I
crap.
can get into a car accident and play Wolf Among Us at the same time.
Holy crap! I can't even believe it. Like Jesus.
So talk about it.
I wasn't intending to play it right now. I was going to start playing Dragon Age was my big thing, but apparently my save for the first game in Dragon Age didn't go over to the third game. Like it just lost my full character, and I was really pissed off about it. So I said,
did you save that to
The Cloud.
the cloud?
yeah. Well, I played it so long ago, there was no cloud. Right?
But you played it on 360, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what are you playing the new one on?
PlayStation 4.
Okay.
And I played Dragon Age 2 on the 360.
Mm-hmm.
They found that character no problem. But my first character is gone. Will never, ever
Did you
exist
upload
again.
it? Or
I even bought another copy of Dragon Age Origins just so I could get on there to upload my character, and none of my saves work because all the DLC I had is not on there anymore. Like, all of it is connected. So I got really pissed off, so I went, fuck Dragon Age, fuck you. And then I said, I'm going to play Wolf Among Us, goddammit.
Get out of here.
Yeah, get
outta
the fuck
here.
out of here,
Yeah.
man. Get
Got
the
no
fuck
time
out.
for this.
You go get, is what I said. But
Ain't nobody got time for this.
Wolf Among Us was really strange. Like the first time, the first bit I was playing of it, honestly, I was really tired and I fell asleep. Like the first little bit, like after the first immediate brawl with the woodsman in the very beginning.
Oh, yeah,
right.
yeah.
I just fucking fell asleep and I was like, maybe I find this boring. I don't know. And then anyway, I played it the next morning when I woke up and I have fresh eyes and rejuvenated and I gave it another shot. And then I couldn't put it down. I went through the end of episode 1 and went straight into 2 and did the full thing. And and I played 3 a couple of days ago, but I haven't had a couple of hours to do the next mission. Like I know that Bev, you recommended playing this kind of stuff on the Vita, so you can just kind of put it aside.
Yeah.
But I don't have it on the Vita. I bought it on the PS3. I don't have that, and I got to do each episode as I have the time to do it.
Yeah,
So
I know.
when I have 2 hours to put aside, I'll do it.
Yeah, I find that these are really short, though.
Yeah.
The Wolf Among Us was shorter than Walking Dead.
The first episode was about 2.5 hours.
Was it
though.
really?
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
first one's
geez.
pretty long.
Yeah.
That's not how I remember.
Because you're getting
it.
introduced to a lot of people too, and
Yeah.
everything. I really like the world a lot. It's
Yeah.
way different
Yes.
than Walking Dead. That's the big concern I had, and it's way different. It's a detective story,
And that's
basically,
all
right?
the thing I struggled with the whole way through is how are my decisions going to matter when you're in the middle of a detective plot,
Exactly. Yeah.
right? So
Yeah. And that's what I'm
how
wondering
malleable
too.
can this story be, right?
Yeah, but I'm seeing the big choices at the end that get presented and how you're actually playing it. Whoa. And I see that they're pretty big decisions, which I'm not even realizing I'm making. It's almost like you really they're almost telegraphed in The Walking Dead. Like the big decisions that come up, you know that they're the ones that are going to matter later.
Yep.
This one is everything is so quick that you really don't know. Like when you do something that somebody will remember it, or if you've lost something, is this person dead because I just didn't go there? Like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It doesn't feel like I felt like Walking Dead was kind of binary. Like you have one or the other. You had to choose. This one, all your choices seem very gray.
They're very gray.
You know?
And I don't know which thing I'm there are a couple of choices I made that were very unpopular so
Yeah.
far. When
Yeah,
I looked
totally.
at them, I went 11% of the
Yep.
people chose that. Oh my god, what am I a monster? I don't really
Yeah,
know.
I don't think you can play the game without people hating you.
Oh man,
The characters in the game. I mean,
yeah.
not your friends.
Not your friends.
You're still.
No, I'm playing it, and you guys are approving of it, right?
Yes.
I guess.
What?
I don't know
Or
your
you're
decisions.
silently
Wolf Among
judging
Us,
me.
no, it's great.
You're silently judging me. Maybe.
No,
I don't
it's
know.
good.
I don't know what your
Yep.
decisions were. We haven't got into the details of it, but
No, I can't really do it because I don't want to spoil anything because Rebecca hasn't played. And anybody
Okay,
who's
well,
listening to this,
this is the first episode. Spoiler,
yeah.
right?
Yep.
How did you handle the part with the little frogman at the beginning of the first episode?
Oh,
I gave him a whack.
Yeah, I
so you,
smacked
you
gave him the
punched,
gears,
you
yeah.
punched him in front of his son.
Yeah, I
Yep.
did. Yeah, I punched him too.
I like his
I did,
T-shirt
I
too.
did the same thing.
I couldn't
Well,
get him to.
Great conversation.
I couldn't get him to. I couldn't get him to. I tried so hard to get him
Yeah.
to crack, and I went through everything, and I
You had to
thought
walk
that there
through
was
the whole
no
apartment.
other option. Maybe
Did you
there
feel
was-
bad though after you saw the
Oh,
close up
yeah.
of the little boy? And he's like,
totally. Yeah, that really sucked.
Some
Yeah.
sad
But then-
boy. Everything about that little kid is sad.
But then the
when you
next,
see him.
have you seen him again, Bev, in your playthrough?
No.
Okay. Well, you do see him again, and he gives kind of some information on something.
No,
that
I
happened.
saw that.
Oh,
Yes,
you
I
saw
saw
that.
that. Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Did you were you able to change the situation a bit, make him a little less afraid of you?
No. Oh
No?
no, yes,
Yeah,
a little less
okay.
afraid, but I
Yeah.
still think he's just really cute. He's like this small little frog kid. He's got his little T-shirts on.
Yeah.
He's a pretty cool dude.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoy the characterizations in it, and like even the Book of Fables and stuff. Like looking through that, like the stuff that you know and the fables that you know in your are actually what happened. Like it's pretty crazy. It's a cool way to do it. It's not just like using the characters and just forgetting any sort of lore they had. Like they all had these histories, which I think is really cool.
Did you play the episode with the nudity in it?
Oh, I did. Did I ever?
I was
look
playing
forward
it
to
on
it.
a bus, and that came up, and I said,
It must have been episode 2, was it?
yes, and I cannot play that on a bus anymore. I was like, oh my.
That was right.
I never got past that section. That's where I am.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm at that part. So
You can't get over it.
I can't get over it. All the nudity, man. I can't get over it.
I had to stop.
So speaking of nudity, Mark, you played Game of Thrones. I'm sure some of that.
Well, that's the one thing I wanted to talk about.
Oh,
Was the nudity?
okay,
in Game of
good,
Thrones.
because that's all I wanted to know about. Actually, when you've joined the male pattern nudity contest.
So I played the first
Everyone
two
play
episodes.
games with nudity in it.
The first two
Good golly.
episodes of Game of Thrones Telltale game,
Yep.
and you've seen the show, right?
Oh yes.
Yep.
So what would you say is one of the main things that happens in the show? There's obviously people get killed.
Oh, yes, that is
Right?
the main thing that happens in the
Weddings.
show.
There's weddings.
There's weddings. There's weddings that are red.
There's things that happen at weddings.
Yep.
But what else happens? What would you say? Like, if you were describing the show to somebody,
A lot of
Nudity?
a lot of nudity,
a lot of doing,
lot
it.
of
Non-stop
doing it.
lot of
nudity?
doing it, talking
Yeah.
about doing it,
Yeah.
thinking about doing it,
Yeah. Yeah.
Watching other people doing it.
Battles.
regretting doing it.
Regretting doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of double crossing.
Lots of doing it with your sister.
Lots of doing it with your sister. There's
Yeah,
a lot.
right?
of
Okay,
with
so-
your sister. Yeah. Boo.
So far,
Cersei. Jesus.
Boo to that. That's how we
spoilers.
feel.
So far, there's none of that.
Oh, really?
No.
You
Only
just
two
do
episodes?
political stuff.
No sex.
Political stuff though. A
Oh,
bunch of
yes.
that. Yeah. I
Oh,
figured
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay. You gotta have that.
Diplomacy.
Diplomacy
is
yes.
big. Yes.
Are characters from the show in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you play. It's all centered around the House Forrester. Now there's a million houses. There's like 1,000 million houses in Game of Thrones
1,000 million.
in the world of
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, and it's all centered around the House Forrester.
Yes, yeah.
And they are in kind of dire straits because it happens right after a certain event in season 3.
Oh, okay. I figure I know what that
If
is.
you haven't watched the show, I will not spoil it for
Yep.
you. So it's a big pivotal point, and they were supporting one main
one house,
family,
yeah,
one
yeah, okay.
and so they're finding themselves in a bad situation because they're on the
This is before this
bad.
or after this?
They're on
After this.
the losing side of the outcome.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And
Yikes.
so it's just like a lot of
Yee.
drama happens, and it's what you kind of expect from Game of Thrones. It's like
Is it well written?
violence will just pop up. It's
Yeah.
very unexpectedly.
Really?
Yeah, and
Which is what happens in the show. It's usually not telegraphed. It's
no.
weird.
And the decisions are also kind of, I don't want to say that it's gray like Wolf Among Us, but yeah, like you feel like you're in one of these because like Game of Thrones is all about sort of discussions. Everybody's scheming all the time.
It
right?
feels like it's
And
always a chess match.
Yeah.
like every single discussion
Exactly.
you have in that, like that's why that show is so brilliant to me. Like even the conversations are just as loaded as the battles all
And
the
so
time.
like you're thrown into that, and
Yeah.
it's almost a little stressful because you're trying to figure out how do you manipulate people. What's the best thing to say?
Yeah.
And you play as different characters in they're all part of the House Forrester.
Okay.
And
Is House Forrester in the show?
I don't know. I had to go back and see the
This is
show.
something totally separate.
I when the game came out, I read what it was about.
Yeah.
It is a house that's alluded to
Okay.
in the novelizations.
Okay.
But not actually a house that's a character, I guess. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
so-
I think they might maybe become characters in the
Yeah.
lore, but they do exist, but they're not main characters.
Got it.
So their house is in the north, and they own land with very strong trees. It's called ironwood, and they make weapons.
Okay.
Oh, okay, cool.
So that's why they're important.
Right.
And this house has been standing for like 3,000 years or something like that, a really long time.
Okay.
And it's that kind of world and that kind of sort of dramatic scenes that you would expect from Game of Thrones, but minus the sex.
Okay.
So far,
little
no
disappointing,
sex.
eh?
I feel like there's going to be some sort of
But
explosion.
that'd be
of
so
that
weird.
later on. Like episode 3
Episode
is just
5 is like, what?
Yeah, I mean,
crazy.
there's action in it, and it is exciting and very tense and what you'd expect. And I thought the first episode was a little slow, but it has its moments. That's all I'll say, and it's definitely worthwhile. If you like the show, I think you'll like the game. I think you should play it.
Awesome. Well, come to think of it, you're talking about the sex things being missing from it, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking about Telltale games
how
now.
would it fit?
They haven't really approached that subject yet. Really?
Has there been a sex scene in a Telltale game?
No, not that I know of.
I didn't play Jurassic Park or Back to the Future, so I don't know,
I'm pretty sure there's.
I don't know what happened to those. Or Sam and Max.
But
Yeah.
I think that might be a thing where they haven't approached that thing. I think they'd need to in Game of Thrones. You kind of do, but they just haven't gone.
It'd be
there.
awkward. I don't know how they'd handle it.
Yeah, it'd be very strange. Yeah, I feel like it is. Yeah.
Like,
It'd be like that.
You know how
one in
you always
Heavy
have to
Rain.
move the analog stick in action scenes?
Oh yeah, it'd be
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know
It's
what
like
I mean.
it's like the sex scene in Heavy Rain. Remember?
Or the one in the Game of Thrones, God of War.
Oh,
What was all the God of Wars?
All the God of Wars. Yeah, yeah. They were
I never
actually-
unlocked that in all the game. Who were we talking about? God of War.
Yeah.
I never unlocked that scene because
There-
there were some God of War games I played and I
I think
didn't.
the worst one was in the
first PSP
Chains of
one?
Olympus. Yeah.
Chains of Olympus. I
like
did,
you had to
yeah.
wiggle the
You had to wiggle the yeah.
like it
We
was
get it.
it
It's
was
like-
very graphic.
We get it. We get it. We all get it.
I also played that on an airplane, which is very awkward. 'Cause it's like,
and you had to make circles and
Yeah, yeah.
wiggle
Terrible.
things.
Yeah, you had to. Yeah, you had to. Do it
we
up.
get it. Yep.
Yeah, we get it. We all get it. Yeah.
So good.
Did you want me to demonstrate a little more?
Yeah. Mark is demonstrating how he wiggled his stick.
When a man
great.
loves a woman. I played that intro scene in Game of Thrones as far as I got, or just because it was super late, where they're all
Oh,
kind of
okay,
hanging
okay.
out at a fire or a feast or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to jump into it right away, but I will play it.
Yeah.
At some point. Probably when it's all done. Like I'm enjoying that fact of like playing Telltale games when they're all out.
I
like,
really-
all
I'm all
the last
about
couple
that.
times.
I'm
I really
want
want to have somebody to talk to about it, though.
Oh, okay. And I
I'll
feel
send
like
you time you want.
I feel
Just to chat.
I feel like Mark just said that and started kicking a can down the street.
Yeah.
No, I was talking to
Looked it
Declan.
out.
I was like, "You should play this." But he said he's waiting for them all to come out.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's going to be like another couple months, isn't it?
Yeah, I know.
6 or 7 months.
Yeah,
Kind of
because
time
it's
for that.
this one's 6 episodes.
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm so surprised.
Holy!
Who cares?
Shut your mouth.
That was a big revelation to me. All of a sudden. Holy crap!
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, good times.
So how many episodes does the Borderlands have?
I don't know.
out
Hopefully
already?
5, so I don't freak out.
I thought I was finished.
There's only 4 actually.
What?
No, there's 5. There's 5.
When is the next one coming out, though?
I don't know. It should be out already because it came out. The first episode came out before Game of Thrones,
Seems like it's been
and
forever.
there's 2 Game of Thrones episodes out now. So math
Boo.
equals soon.
Math equals soon. Well, that's a formula. Yeah.
So I played Borderlands, Tales from the Borderlands, episode 1, episode 0.
Are you playing
or
that
something
as
like
you're
that?
still
I
playing?
think it's 1. It's 1 with 0 in it.
Yeah, isn't it called episode 0 or something? Or
Oh, I don't know.
trying to be
0
all
time?
It's the first episode.
Jesus Christ, guys! It's the first one.
Just spit it out, okay? What the fuck do you think of it?
I loved it.
Okay, good.
I thought, okay, so this is going to sound really biased because it's Borderlands and it's me. The writing in this Borderlands episode, best Telltale writing ever.
Yeah.
And has nothing to do with the Borderlands game at all. Like, there's characters that pop in and out, like Moxie's there and Zero's there and stuff. So you see kind of familiar faces, but it is sharp as attack comedic writing. Like, it is
What'd you think of the voice acting?
number one.
Yeah.
Now, actually, back to Wolf Among Us. I don't like the voice acting in Wolf Among Us.
Yeah, it didn't really
I'm
stand
not
out
too
to me.
big on it.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys?
It never really stood out to me in any either way.
Now, it also might be where I'm playing it on the phone and I got my earbuds in. It might be different.
Yeah.
But it just, I find the Wolf Among Us voice acting, not the quality of the episode, but it kind of sticks out like a bit of a sore thumb to me. Like,
Right.
characters don't sound genuine in a way.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I can get that. Sounds about right.
So this is, I think the main character is voiced by the new Nolan North, Troy
Baker. Yeah.
So very familiar voices in this. But the question that I was asking you about Borderlands is a game based on action and guns, and how do they represent that in a Telltale game? you didn't describe it very much in the show, and I understand why now because it kind of gives away how the action works, but it's strategic. So you could just basically you can trigger action by doing certain things, but you can't do everything all at once. So you just need to be careful about when you make guns happen, we'll say, because you can't do it all the time. So if you decide to do it at one point, you may not be able to do it later, if that makes sense. What it's just hitting me over the head with this Borderlands episode is I expected it to be action, 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 maybe a bit of wit and maybe a bit of charm,
Right.
because that's kind of the Borderlands atmosphere, but like funny, like really funny and witty and wordy. And there's I guess we'll call the co-star of the episode is voiced by Chris Hardwick. He has a great performance.
Okay.
And just a real character-driven, entertaining 2 hours. And I thought it was going to be action, guns, and like Moxie and Hyperion, and kind of get into the lore. They touch on the lore, like they talk about high level things like Hyperion and
The class structure, I guess.
yeah, the class structure and what a loader bot is, and kind of things from the Borderlands universe, but pulling them together in this incredibly well written television show, and that's what it feels like. It really feels like a television show, and I totally recommend it.
That's so bizarre.
And I kind of came out of it. I went into it thinking, I'm not going to like it, but I would highly recommend it.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't recommend it over other titles from Telltale because it is so different.
Yeah.
But
it's amazing that they're able to pull all of these different things in episodic structures with
Nuts.
very little player input in most cases, but all of them becoming worthwhile.
Yeah.
They're really, it's pretty unreal.
Yep.
I'm interested in playing that. Was it Life is Strange? That's
I heard
an
it's
episodic
not
thing?
so great.
Really? I've
Yeah.
heard some things that it's good. I have
Okay,
no
so
idea.
I guess it's mixed.
Yeah, it's a mixed reaction, but somebody
do you guys
else
want to know?
doing
Do
it.
you guys want to know what I heard about it?
What?
I heard it's pretty good.
Yeah.
2 against 1.
Episodic structure,
Just like this show,
with
guys.
a different. Yeah, exactly. 2 against 1, always. But I'd like to see what another developer does with that kind of structure and that type of adventure game because
Yeah.
they're doing it too.
Well, if you're going that route, I would play Broken Age.
Yeah, I'm meaning to do that too. Fuck.
No, the second act's not out yet, but
Yeah, but I know that it's awesome.
Where is that?
On Steam, yeah.
yes, it's
Yes.
coming out.
It's on the Ouya, but we don't have to say that.
Is it on the Ouya?
Is it
It was debuted on the Ouya.
Oh, okay, very good.
Jesus.
I think so.
I saw that Humble Bundle has Never Ending Nightmares on it now.
I finished
Oh.
that this week.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
How many
I wanna check
times?
it out.
I think once.
Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. It was scary.
Was it very-
It was,
Did you see any guys in
No.
straitjackets?
Yes.
Did you walk on any glass?
Yes.
Scary.
That was scary.
The short skill.
Yep.
Yeah,
That game is
I
short.
wanna play that
It's an hour on How Long to Beat. Also, you
Yeah.
should play it.
Yeah, I definitely want to play it.
Yeah, no,
Even
it's
though
right
on my alley.
It's 1 hour to beat on How Long to Beat, but I've been I had 8 sessions with it.
Listen.
Oh yeah, and you
Like-
can keep playing it over and over.
I got 1 point for The Binding of Isaac. 1 point. I played it for about 17 hours.
Holy cow.
For real. Come on.
So in keeping tradition with this show, beer.
Yeah.
Now,
All right.
there's a big bottle here, and I see a Newfoundland flag on the back. So is this some sort of new local
Local brewery.
brew? What do we got here, Mark?
This is the Imperial Chocolate Stout from Garrison, which is a brewery from Nova Scotia, but they made this special for the Newfoundland Special Order Beer Club, which doesn't exist
Doesn't
anymore.
I was going to say that's
Well,
what
they changed their name. Now they're just the Newfoundland Beer Club,
People
I guess.
who like beer.
Because we don't do they don't do special orders
the
anymore.
name is just for events, I guess. Isn't it?
Well, no, they're still going to bring in beer, but it's going to be not
For the
special order.
masses.
Yeah,
I wanted to be special. I wanted to go in and get
it's
my...
no longer special.
I don't
so.
no longer special.
It's an Imperial Chocolate Stout, and it's 10% alcohol.
Imperial Chocolate Stout. Jesus Christ. Garrison makes good stuff, too.
Yeah.
Imperial Chocolate Stout is brewed big and bold just for Newfoundland craft beer lovers. loads of chocolate malt, roasted barley, cocoa nibs and husks.
Nibs?
Yeah.
Like actual like licorice nibs?
No. It's just like cocoa
so
that's
good.
not ground, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cherry nibs.
Its brew is to fit for winter in Newfoundland. So
Okay. So you can buy this on the shelf now?
you could for about 2 days.
Okay.
And if you didn't get any, you didn't get any.
Jesus. Oh, well, this is going to be... I hope I hate this. Whenever that happens, I hope I hate
You
it.
taste it, hate it, you're like, yes.
Yes, thank God. Never get it again.
So you guys can talk while I pour this up. So it doesn't
It
sound
just
like
looks
nothing.
really good.
It looks like
It
a
looks-
Guinness.
Yeah, but it's got a more of a brown characteristic on the top. It really looks like a chocolatey head on the top of it there. Like
Chocolatey.
chocolatey. Yeah. Looks like there's a bit of chocolate in that one, by.
Now, that's a whole lot of beer in that bottle. Holy smokes.
It's really filling up those glasses. isn't it?
Is there like a second bottle behind
really
it?
going.
It's like a clown car bottle.
I'm very happy about this.
All right.
Let's try it.
Let's give it a sniff.
Oh.
You can smell some chocolate there
Yeah,
for
okay,
sure.
Yeah.
It smells like bread.
Oh,
Got
it
a real
doesn't.
bread.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
A little
okay.
roasty.
It's roasty though. Yeah, I don't smell the I don't smell the bread. It doesn't smell like a Dominion ale. Okay, like it's far from a Dominion ale. It smells really nice.
Yeah.
It smells like it's going to have a nice taste to it. Oh,
So-
here we go. Bev is breaking out our usual smorgasbord of. What do we got here?
Totally
today?
appreciate it, but
Oh, just talking glass.
you don't
Okay,
need
Wes.
to. You don't need to get blue cheese all the time. I feel bad. You're always getting the blue cheese.
Actually, I should have been talking on microphone. Hey guys, it's been a couple weeks since we talked on mic. We'll talk about the cheese now in a sec.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Let's give it a taste.
Oh my God, it's good. It's really good.
Get a big hit of banana.
Yeah,
It's
but
like-
you also get
it's
the,
like chocolate- it's like a-
banana. It's like the frozen banana on a.
It's like a
on
banana
Arrested
split.
Development.
It's a bit like a banana split.
Yeah, a little bit.
It tastes like the frozen banana from Arrested Development. That's
does, yeah.
banana chocolate.
Yeah, it totally does.
It's got big banana chocolate flavors.
Yeah,
It
the money's in the banana stand. Now.
it tastes super boozy though. I find it
It
has
should.
should.
Imperial stouts usually have that big booze at the end.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't think
So
it's,
it should come out
I
in
don't
the
think
taste.
it's not as boozy as some other Imperials have had.
it's nice though. It's
That's yummy.
but it's really roasty too. It's got like a.
I find the bitterness a little. If this makes sense, green.
Okay. Okay, hold on.
Like I see a
Like-
color when I taste bitterness like that.
Yeah.
It gives a color green.
Do you imagine hops? How hops are green?
No, well,
Hops.
maybe it's because the hops. I'm tasting hoppy bitterness, and it doesn't like with a stout. The bitterness should kind of feel like it's bitter chocolate. I find.
Yeah, it should be chocolate. Yeah,
Yeah, so it should make sense that way. But my brain is like, no, that tastes like hops, and
it doesn't taste like a chocolate
know?
bitterness. No,
No.
not at all. You can taste that the chocolate in it. You can taste the roastiness of the chocolate, but the bitterness of the chocolate isn't there. It's not. It's like it's almost like there's milk chocolate, not dark. If that makes
Yeah,
sense,
like
right?
it should make
it's
sense in
like a
your
Hershey
mind.
Kiss and not an 85%.
Yeah,
most chocolate stouts are usually like bitter in terms of like I'm drinking like an
High
85%
Yeah.
Lindbar or something. right?
exactly. So it should make sense, even though the bitterness is coming from the hops, not from the chocolate.
Exactly, but it
should
makes
make sense.
It
in your
triggers
mind.
your head, to think to associate it with chocolate bitterness.
And this isn't doing it. Maybe it needs more time in the bottle. I think it probably would be better in a few months.
Do you guys get a rusty steel taste off it? Like a little bit of that. Might be just where I had.
Or you're just
I
licking
had
poles.
supper. A little bit of that steel
Rusty pole,
type taste.
like metallic.
Yeah, metallic.
Metallica.
Megadeth. Exodus.
Not
San
really.
Francisco.
Venom.
They're from Canada.
Care.
Okay. I gotta say it's good.
Yeah, it's a little rough. I'd like to see what it tastes like in a couple months.
I think
No,
that
we can't.
I may have one bottle left.
Oh, really?
this tastes like it needs to be cellared to chill out.
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
there's a lot.
Chill out. Okay.
It
Imperial
needs to
Stout.
it needs to mellow out a little bit. I think it's
Yeah.
a little harsh.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But
thanks, Garrison, for brewing
brewing
the Special Order Bear
Yeah.
Club their very own beer.
it's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
It was
I
a good. It
think,
was a good last hurrah for us. I think.
Yeah.
I think the last order picked up today is I guess the last
one. Yep.
to get.
Yeah.
Evil Twin.
Boo.
Boo
So
earns.
next
That's
episode, Evil
actually
Twin.
an awesome beer.
Oh, I can't
Is it?
wait.
Oh my
yeah,
God, yes.
I cannot fucking wait for that Pilsner.
I just want to go home and drink it all right now.
No.
Fuck you guys. I don't want to talk to you guys anymore.
I have to spend 2 hours tomorrow on a bike, so I cannot drink a lot of beer.
I have to go out.
Why
with
do you have to do that?
For charity.
What?
It's a fundraiser.
On a,
They don't
on a-
care if you're
on a-
hungover.
On a stationary bike, right?
Stationary bike,
Okay,
yes.
because like, what are you doing?
Now, did anyone try the cheese yet?
No.
Okay. So,
Is this Kev's?
is
Kev's
this
No
what?
Frills?
Oh, no, it's not Kev's No Frills. We all learned our lesson with that one. So this is the standard blue cheese that we already purchase all the time.
Yep.
But you could do a thing called dry packing purchase cheese. So what you do is you take the cheese and you wrap it in a combination of wet cheesecloth, dry cheesecloth, and salt and some herbs, and you pack it and you freeze it. So you do that, you take it out and you cut it up. So that's been packed for 4 weeks in the freezer. And normally, it could go a couple months. And some people in Europe, as they keep it outside, you can actually bury it and take it out. So
Wow.
just give it a try. See if you find anything different about it.
Weird. So it's the normal one, but you just packed it differently.
I guess we could talk about brand names. We do all the time.
Yeah.
Castello or Castillo.
Mm-hmm. It's almost creamier.
I think I can taste the salt.
Find it salty?
No.
No, I don't find it salty.
Not overly salty.
No. I feel like it's less crumbly. Like it's like it feels more like tasting or
Moist?
like a piece of mozzarella or something. It's more like that.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I made up that whole thing. That's just the blue cheese out of the store.
You didn't do
I just
anything
want
with
you guys to know that I love you guys.
Oh, okay, because it's more like a placebo type of thing. You told us that something was different about it, and then we were going to taste it.
Real
anyway.
talk, though.
Yeah, like I was going to say. No.
No. Real talk, though, when I opened that up, the reason I thought of that is that it's wet. So if you guys do taste anything different, our Kevin's bad cheese was kind of damp that time. Now, the time that we had the bad cheese, it was
Is that really a thing that you do with cheese?
No, I just made it up. But the one we bought is the blue.
Fucking dick.
But you're the type of person that would do something like that. Though.
No, real
That's the
talk.
thing. Bev doesn't like to let on that he's a troll, but every once in a while he does a bit of trolling.
Bam.
Trolling.
Sometimes he's the type of guy who wrap cheese up in the freezer. For
Sometimes he's
hours.
that kind of guy. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Real talk, though.
Sometimes he's a troll,
Yep.
and he'll say something, and he'll never actually tell you that he was lying.
Exactly.
just let it roll.
Let it roll. Yep.
So actually, in effect, becoming a liar.
That's right.
Exactly.
Like Henry Rollins.
Yeah.
I am looking to make cheese, though. It doesn't seem to be that hard.
Really?
Yeah, but you got to get those crazy bacteria. This is real talk now.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
I
acquire
thought it was
this
real
stuff.
talk last time too.
I know.
I don't know what to believe.
So I don't know
Did
how
you
to.
play Borderlands?
We're not even recording this right now. And M. Night Shyamalan podcast. But no,
I'm really dead.
I like to get into that, but you got to have like stuff for this stuff to rest for like weeks and
You
like
do, yeah.
special temperature areas and
Yeah.
like my beer cellar, quote unquote, changes temperature when the heat changes in the room. So like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Yeah.
anyways, that's the creamy one, and I was concerned because it was a bit wet.
It's pretty delicious.
Okay,
It's still good.
The one we had before is the regular blue pack,
Yeah.
and I think we thought it was gross because we always get the creamy one.
Right.
I think we're
That
tempered.
creamy
No,
to-
that was bad.
That was bad. Yeah. That was bad.
really.
Yeah.
It tasted like
It had a really
tasted really
early.
weird.
It smelled.
date.
It smelled like puke.
And like the smell was just awful. It's like
whole
somebody
room
puked,
stank. I know.
like in here. It was bad. Like the blue cheese, I'm totally used to. What the fuck was that? It
I'm
was
not-
like it smelled like Raven's vomit when she was a baby.
Okay.
It smelled like a
Yeah, it was like that like creamy
Acidic,
spit up.
biley.
like a road trip when you're 5. That's
Yeah.
what it smelled like.
It smelled like a road trip when you're 5.
And you puked in the
That
car.
actual-
all the time.
That has an actual smell for you. That's amazing.
Your road trips are like the Sandlot all the time.
Like
in the
every
back of the car.
time I smell vomit, I think of one time I was driving to Grand Falls with my family, and I puked in the car.
Oh, you
yeah?
did?
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
Man. I was going to just have a really bad story about throwing up, but I'm not going to go there. I don't think.
Well, speaking of throwing up,
Yeah.
sometimes 3D movies make people throw up.
They do.
Sometimes 3D video games make people throw up.
Yeah.
And now you're playing 3D video games.
I got a 3DS.
Yay!
Mark Shallow
Yep.
has bought a Nintendo. A Nintendo
The first-
console.
Yes.
First Nintendo product since NES that I've owned.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
It's
So
absolutely
how many years
crazy.
is that? That's like 25.
That's so long.
Yeah.
Too long.
it's
We're,
like
we're old people.
1989.
Gray hair and all.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. So you
So I
bought
got
3D.
the new 3DS too.
when you
Ballin'.
What is that thing called, anyways? Is it
new
called the new
3DS?
3DS?
The new
Yeah.
3DS.
It's just like new Super Mario Brothers. Like Nintendo are retarded, like absolutely retarded. They did name their new console the Wii U, so I'm just going to throw that out there. When you said that,
beer is strong.
when you said that in the group, when we talk all the time in Facebook Messenger to like set up podcasts and sometimes talk about games a little bit before we get together. And when Mark said that he actually owned a new 3DS, I didn't even know how to respond to it because I thought he was joking. I actually didn't think it was real.
Yeah, I kind of bought it, and afterwards, I was like, why'd I buy this? This is kind of weird.
Here's how you know Mark bought a new console or a piece of gear is that it was broken. Because the battery keeps dying. We'll get to that later, but I was like, no, that's Mark. Yeah.
No, you guys told me
Like
that
the Ouya.
Yeah.
it was the same as
PS4 died.
It was the same as the Vita in terms of battery and the hibernation, and so like the battery will not drain while it's off, and it does.
For Bev, it's for Bev's 3DS XL. I think that's the case. I think that yours lasts for a while, right?
Mine's dead now because it
Yeah,
hasn't
he
been
just
turned
gave it to
on.
me. He's like, it's dead because I haven't turned it on.
No, I haven't turned on like a month and a half. maybe 2
Yeah.
months.
So there you go.
So.
Yeah, that's why it would. Yeah, for me, mine doesn't last quite as long as yours. I know that, but I always like after I'm finished with mine, I drop it into the charger little cradle thing.
Yep.
all the time, so it never is off really.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how long it charges because I've always I'll play it and I lay it down in the charger or the cradle. And it's done.
So I got it because I wanted to play Persona Q,
Of course,
right? And I'm in a weird situation because I haven't finished Persona 3 yet, and I heard that the new 3DS was hard to get, and I saw it.
Is it hard to get? Is that a...
It was at one point.
Go away.
And
I haven't seen it.
I saw it
very
somewhere,
much.
so I was like, well, I might as well just get it now.
I saw it once at a Walmart in Mount Pearl, like a couple of them there, but other than that, I haven't seen it.
So then I, took it home, and I was like, should I do this? Should I bring it back? What should I do?
Oh, you sound like me with the Wii. See, it's
That's
Nintendo
what I'm getting at. I didn't.
Well,
really
I
get
went
that.
out. I went out to
See? That's
Target.
that Nintendo regret.
I know that's what I was
Target
referencing.
was closed, and I was looking for a Wii U. Actually,
Oh, really?
I went out looking for one because all their consoles were 30% off. So like PS4s, you get for 30% off. Like
It's like
it was
$350
crazy. Yeah.
for like the
yeah, it
most
was
games.
crazy.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, there was like people were like going crazy for them, but they didn't have any Wii U's.
I'm looking for a good deal on one for around the bay.
Well, all right.
So I can
Shit.
pick it up.
Yeah.
Damn.
Anyway, they had them there last week. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah, so that really didn't happen. I was just trying to make fun of Bev.
Right.
Oh,
Yes. I knew that's what you were doing.
cold packing.
But then I did sort of like have this realization that I can't play the game that I wanted to play yet because I have to finish the other one.
Right.
But I got this new piece of gear. I want to play something on it. So I got Mario 3D Land.
Yep.
Super Mario 3D Land.
Yeah,
supposed to be
Mario 3. Yeah, Mario 3D Land. Yep. And what did you think?
It's good.
Yeah.
it's really good. The levels are a
Level
lot of
design
fun.
is fantastic.
A lot of nostalgia that I didn't know that I had.
That's
it's
fantastic
going back
to
to like
hear
the
you-
NES days. Is it the best platformer ever? No.
No.
I
No,
think-
that's not.
What was the last Mario you played, out of curiosity?
Well, I played
Three?
64.
Okay.
Yeah, Mario 64 probably was my last one.
Okay.
I played that at Andrew's house.
I was going to say, can we give a shout out to Angel Bottle?
Yeah, Andrew Pottle had that game.
Okay.
I played it there. And
Shout out to local celebrity.
But the Mario 3D Land, I don't think it's the best platformer they've made for the last
No,
but
I mean,
I think it's a really good game though. It's really fun.
compared to Rayman Oranges,
Yeah, Rayman Origins. Yeah,
which is also on the 3DS,
Yep.
and it's not on any top 10 lists of any 3DS games.
It's a really
Well,
good
that's
game.
crazy.
Yeah,
That is super bananas.
yeah, that is pretty. And
anyway.
it's a really good version of it too, actually.
But yeah, it's a fun game, and the 3D in it looks really great. It's a great game. to sort of test out the 3D.
Yep.
To see if you're going to enjoy that.
3D looks way better than the XL I have here.
Oh
We just
man,
tried it
like
on.
we
It looks
just
awesome.
looked at Mark's, and I am in complete jealous. I'm completely jealous of it. It looks fantastic. Like we just looked at the Resident Evil Revelations. We loaded up the demo, and the way that the 3D looks, and even the graphics themselves. I don't know if it's using any extra horsepower, but it looks
don't think so.
way better. It, like the actual like. The rendering looks better. Like it just looks smoother. Like all the edges are better.
Yeah.
Like it, like 3DS is not like a super slouch or anything like that. It doesn't look terrible, but like that looks very good. That looks comparable to like some Vita stuff. Like it looks really great.
I think from what I've heard that the graphics for existing games aren't improved at all.
But yeah,
It does have more processing power than the old one, but it's only
Right.
for new games.
yeah.
And there's no game out there now that's accessing that extra.
Gotta get that Xenoblade.
Guts. Yeah,
Xenoblade, yeah,
Xenoblade.
it's
I
the
don't even know
first
what that
one.
is.
Yeah.
So
The
But-
big old RPG, I think.
I'm really impressed with that
Looks
little
awesome.
system. I'm really impressed with it, and I've only just started like really getting back into my 3DS in the last little while myself. So it's really really interesting for me to see it now because I have it to compare to because I've been playing mine a whole lot more, and I'm like, oh fuck, this one looks so good. It's like the new hotness. I want it.
What are you playing on your 3DS?
Right now I'm playing Ultimate NES Remix. I don't know if you know what the hell that is.
I know.
it's a Wii U game, right?
It was.
Was
but
it a Wii U? I thought it was
there's
handheld only.
There's a Wii U version.
Really?
And
I thought
there's-
it started out on Wii U.
There's a volume 1 and 2 for the Wii U, and the Ultimate one has both of them in it.
Oh, okay.
And so the 3DS version is basically a compilation of both of the versions. And basically, it's kind of like a mobile game where you have these little challenges that you're playing like original NES games for, and you're trying to get 3 stars, like any mobile game, right? But it's fun stuff like when you first boot it up, it has like Donkey Kong Jr., and like Balloon Fight being like the first ones that you can play, and it all goes in like order of when they were released on the original NES. So like you go from basically the games in it. I won't give them all away because I want somebody else to play it because you unlock more of the games as you go. Like Metroid's in there and Kid
Okay.
Icarus and
Can you play
Punch Out.
the games as they were?
No.
Okay.
It is these challenges set up through these games, and they don't
No, but you play the games as they were for that.
for that one
Part.
particular moment.
No, but
Yeah,
I mean, like I thought I read somewhere that you get access to the original games through that
I
game.
don't know. I have 4 more stars to get to have all of them in the entire game.
I don't
And
think you
that's
get the full game through
That's
this.
759 stars.
Holy smokes.
And that's how much I've played this thing.
Holy cow.
So when you finish off a game, there's a gold border that goes around the game that you played, and you're just like, yeah, I got it.
Nice,
So
nice.
you get Excite Bike and like Zelda 2, like which I don't know, like that's such a crazy ass game.
Yep.
And having to play like one of the challenges was a bunch of like a boss, like the end boss basically was one of the challenges. Beat the end boss. It's like I don't know how to beat this end boss, but now I know how to kill it because I did it in NES Remix. Now I can
So you
probably
go
play the game and actually
play the
know.
original game?
And like stuff in Zelda, the original Zelda will highlight like a secret from the game, like go down the secret passage, and you're like, where the fuck's the secret passage? And then it'll highlight where it is. So like I'll go, cool, I'll bring that to the original game and actually figure out where stuff is, which is kind of cool. The remix ones are where it gets really interesting. Like, playing the challenges in the original games is all fine and dandy, but when you get to the remix parts where it's like you're using Kirby in Mario and picking up coins, or you're playing as
Wait, Kirby's picking up coins?
Oh, fucking right.
I was about to jump in there and say,
Bev, is that weird?
that's great.
Why? What does Kirby pick up?
He sucks up people in his mouth.
Yeah, he does
Sucks
not.
up whatever he
Well,
wants.
doesn't he have collectibles?
Nope.
I don't know
No,
much.
no,
To be honest,
Kirby
I don't know
doesn't.
much about
Kirby doesn't have collectibles.
He does not have collectibles. No.
How does a Nintendo game not have like shit
He
that you
does
get?
not have collectibles. He doesn't. No
Don't play a
Kirby.
Kirby game. You wouldn't like
Kirby.
Kirby. That is not Mark Shallow territory.
Kirby's fucking awesome, man.
He's awesome in Smash Brothers.
Um.
We should play Smash Brothers later.
Oh yeah. Do you have it?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay. Yes.
I've never played Smash Brothers. By the way,
Oh my god. Okay,
any
we're-
version of Smash Brothers.
We are fucking doing that.
Never.
I can't wait.
I've like anti-Nintendo for like 25 years.
Yeah. Exactly.
Come on now.
Anyway, the
Hey, now.
one of the other
Shout out.
one of the other challenges
deep?
was taking you're fighting. I don't know if you're familiar, Bev, with the boss in Kirby that is that's the tree. I think you've probably seen it. Like you just
I've seen
spit
pictures
stuff
of it.
back to him, and that's all it is. But at that
Man,
same time,
I think I like that game because I fucking hate trees.
See?
Yeah. And
you
at
like
the
the Lord
same
of the Rings
time,
movies?
at the same time you're fighting the boss,
hate-
the
Hate those movies.
like boos from Mario are coming in from the side. Like just
Oh,
all these
okay.
weird fucking things are happening from
I think
other
it
games.
meant booze, like BOOZE, and I was like,
Booze.
I can't
I was
remember
thinking
that.
about boogers.
Oh yes, both
some
of those
booze on
things
your
are happening
face.
from the side. But yeah,
You're arming yourself here, like,
swish. Yeah, it's just fun stuff like that. Like the challenges are kind of fun to see how they kind of like when you get to the remix section, you'll have like 4 challenges in one thing to get 3 stars, and it's all based on time and when you complete stuff. And they'll just hop from different games all over the place and like put stuff where they're not supposed to be and make you like Princess Peach from Mario 2 going through Mario 3 and all this kind of cool shit like that where
Cool.
like it's really interesting to play, especially if you played the other games and unlock these as you went.
Okay, so do you need to? So it's all NES games, right?
It's all NES, yeah.
so me not, I could if as long as I played those games 25 years ago.
Oh yeah, you totally remember a lot of it. Yeah, the only one that I had a bit of problem.
you don't
with,
need to play it.
No, exactly.
No, okay.
But it's funny though how much I was playing these games and how much I was like, fuck, I really want to go play that game now.
Yeah.
Like playing the original Metroid or playing.
So you're basically playing like an ad for the Virtual Console.
almost
basically.
pretty much, yeah. The Zelda 2 is the one where I'm like, I really want to play this game now, and it's such a fucking weird game.
What one do I have for the Wii U? Fusion?
Metroid Fusion?
No, not Metroid Fusion.
Oh God,
Metroid. What's between 2 and Metroid Fusion?
Zero Mission.
Zero Mission is what I have.
You have Zero Mission?
It's on the Wii U eShop.
That's awesome. That's the Game Boy Advance game,
Yep.
and it's a remake of the original Metroid. So,
Yes,
which is
that's what I
fucking
have.
awesome because like the original Metroid's hard to play. It's really fucking difficult.
Yep.
Playing Zero Mission is a lot more forgiving and way better. So,
You should check that out.
yeah,
What's
Zero
it with
Mission is fantastic.
Metroid Zero Mission.
Yeah, it's a really good game.
Is that on 3DS?
I believe
Like,
so.
I mean, you're asking about this now. Are you looking for games for your 3DS, or do you have a lineup ready to go? Besides
Okay, so I
Persona?
got a few things I want to talk about the 3DS.
Okay.
All right,
A few issues you want to
issues. I gotta
Knock it out. Yep.
get out there.
Yep.
The eShop.
Right.
Was it you can't buy games? You got to fund like a set amount. You can't just say like, oh, the game costs $13.42. You can't say here's $13.42. Put it on my Visa. You got to put $50 down on it. What's that all about?
Do you really?
Yeah,
I can't remember ever doing that.
yeah.
That's weird. Like,
So you buy the physical copies of the games.
well, yeah, everything I've had except for I bought Sakura Samurai when that was like $5 or something. Maybe
Yeah,
I
I see-
could just put $5
Because
on
with the Vita, I think I've bought 2 physical games since I've owned it.
right.
Everything else is digital.
Yeah, it's been a really slow transition for me going into digital stuff though. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, and I'm like an old man with everything though, with music and with movies and all that. Like
Yeah.
I'm very much a proprietor of the physical copy, and so it hasn't been a thing for me.
I just like the convenience of it having
Yeah.
digital. But yeah, anyway,
I
that's
kind
one
of
thing.
understand it. Yeah,
The other thing, they won't take my American Express.
yeah, they won't. No,
That's
I
crazy.
knew that because I tried to do that too.
Fuck sakes.
Yeah,
And that's the card I use for stuff like that. Anyway.
right.
And what was the other thing?
But you see, you could go buy a card in the eShop with your American Express. You could go buy a card in a store.
well, that's convenient.
Damn right it is.
Having to go to the store
That's right.
and buy a card and
Yep.
put in the code.
Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
That's what you did. Okay, good.
Yeah.
How much did you get? 25?
I got a 50.
50? Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I bought a $50 card
Yep.
and I bought Pushmo out of it.
Pushmo's great.
So now I have $40 left.
All right.
Okay, I'm back.
My
What did I miss?
challenge to you guys is I have $40 on my eShop account.
Right.
Did you complain about the money yet?
Yep.
Okay.
And the and the American Express.
Yeah,
Yes,
you did.
yep.
Yep.
All right.
Who
And
has
there's
American Express in Newfoundland?
I do.
I do.
What's up with that?
I don't know.
I get a lot of points.
Everyone else takes
from,
it?
I get a lot of points from gas and groceries that I don't get on my regular stuff.
Points.
So when I get them, like I get stuff way quicker.
Okay.
I also have a Visa, but that's like anyway.
You can use it at Costco.
my finance. Anyway,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's not for video games.
No, that's not.
No.
Anyway,
$40.
so I have $40 left on my
Right.
account. So I want you guys to challenge you guys
Okay.
is recommend a $40 game for me to buy, or
Wow.
what I should buy out of the $40.
Bravely Default.
Right, you say Bravely Default.
Right
Yeah,
now.
you definitely do.
I feel 100% strong about that. No, Bravely Default. Could we have two choices or? Just
Well,
one?
I mean, I
Bravely
guess
Default's $40. So there you
I was
go.
also thinking I've never played a Zelda game.
That's what I was thinking.
if you don't play Link to the Past, you're a
No, Link
silly
Between Worlds is the one to go. Not Link to the Past. Don't buy Link to the Past. Link to the Past is retro. Play Link Between. You haven't even played Link Between Worlds yet.
No,
You're insane. You're insane. How have you not
I know.
played that game?
No.
Jesus.
But no, Link to the Past. No, Link to the Past is golden.
No. No.
Dauntless?
I'm getting
No?
so.
Actually, I got to play that on the Ouya. I want to play a 3DS game.
Yes, exactly. Play a 3DS game. Play.
Oh, you're not looking for eShop games.
Yeah. Everything's on the eShop.
Yeah, they're all in the eShop. I'm saying Link Between Worlds because it's probably the best Zelda game that happened in such a long time. And it's a good throwback one that's not too it's not steeped in the 3D stuff. It's like overhead.
Yep.
A lot of the things it does right. It gives you a lot of options as to how to play the game, which none of the other Zeldas do. Like you have to do each dungeon in order as to what you have. This one, you're open. You're completely open-ended as to how you want to play it.
So you'd recommend that one over the other one?
A Link to the Past, yeah.
Ocarina of Time.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
Majora's Mask.
Majora's Mask is another one.
You're just naming Zelda games.
Yeah,
No, I'm just saying, like, which one would you recommend?
I would
I've never
recommend
played
it,
before.
for somebody who hasn't played one.
Yep.
A Link Between Worlds is such a sweet spot of like
Old and
modern game design. Like really is with an old school throwback feel. Like it really is. It's fantastic. Like I wouldn't say I hold it higher in regard than A Link to the Past and Ocarina, but those are steeped in nostalgia for me. So and they're not for you. So
Yeah.
I would say for sure to go with A Link Between Worlds because it's a 15-hour it's perfect. It's brilliant. It's a brilliant game. Like
I still say Link to the Past only because,
you're,
but
why?
it's the classic formula of
it is.
Of like you will know what a Zelda game is if you play Link to the Past.
That
you
is
know
very
about
true.
going to dungeons because Link Between Worlds you can go to any dungeon
You can.
and you have that money trade thing where you know what I
can
mean.
Just buy all the stuff.
You just buy all the stuff.
Take it.
But I think if you play any other Zelda game, it's not in any of the other ones.
That's
So
fine.
Link to the Past is kind of your good. You know, you got a taste for what a Zelda game is. You haven't played Zelda 1, you haven't played Ocarina of Time, you haven't played Twilight Princess. Might be kind of good. You will know what a Zelda game is if you play Link to the
Okay,
Past.
so you're saying
And apparently ages
you did
really
this
well.
too when Chad got Steam. You got a computer, you could play video games.
Told him to get Zelda?
You told him to get like all these like games from like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Or
but that's okay.
15 years ago.
Yeah,
He
old
probably
games are
could have
bad.
played on his old computer.
I do like I do kind of agree a little bit with what you're saying, Bev. But if you want to play something that takes advantage of your platform that you just bought,
Yeah.
that would be the one to do. You can play Link to the Past on an emulator as
Yep.
like and play it on the Ouya and not have to spend any money if you want to.
But
like
you won't feel guilty about playing it on the eShop.
that's totally
Because
true.
stealing games that's for criminals.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, Nintendo, who cares?
You're starting
So-
to care now, so it's
So
good.
you're saying Bravely Default. Would you? Should I play that before Final Fantasy VI or after?
Ooh, I'm starting Bravely Default very soon too. Actually,
Bravely
I'm gonna say
Default
that right
is class driven, and Final Fantasy VI isn't. So
Fire Emblem is really good too. Jesus.
Fire Emblem's great.
I've heard that's like a chess game.
It's
Do you like XCOM?
yeah, you like
tactical.
XCOM. Yeah, it's tactical. Yeah, and it is very much. It's not like XCOM in terms of like weapons and stuff, but it reminds me of it in terms of your terrain matters. Like what you're doing and how you're approaching things really does matter. And death is permanent. That's really crazy.
I don't like that.
So it's like you really got to be on your toes all the time. There's a point I'm playing right now. Actually, I've stopped because I'm like, I might be fucked, and I'm just like, I don't want my guy to
You've been
die.
playing the game for 2 years, haven't you?
Year and a half. Yeah, year and a half. Like totally. Like
That's how nuts it is.
Yeah, it's like, but it's not that long. But every time I pick it up, I can't put it down, and it's like one of those things where I have to just pry myself away from it because it's all I'm going to do.
Yep.
It's like one of those Dragon Age things for me or whatever. I just can't. It's too much. So like when I finally finish it, I'll get my giant points for how long to beat. But I don't really want it to end. That's a really great game. There are fantastic games. Even Luigi's Mansion's fucking awesome. Like
Luigi's
that's
Mansion's
an
supposed to be great.
awesome game. I have it
You
actually.
haven't played any of these games, so it sounds like.
That's what I said. It's supposed to be great. I only got 3DS like last year.
I'm gonna have to lend you guys a bunch of games. Actually, okay, for Link Between Worlds, I'm lending it to you first, Bev. You're going to fucking finish it.
Okay.
All right? And then you can have it. So then you don't have to buy it. You guys can all play it, and it's amazing. And
Ben
then
won't play it
Luigi's
though.
Mansion will be the same
He'll
thing.
like sit on it for like 2 years.
Whoever's going to play it first will fucking have it then.
Okay.
Yeah, all right? Because that has to happen. So don't buy those. I have Bravely Default. You're not going to get it back for a really long time.
Oh,
I'm
God,
gonna
it's
start
like a
playing it
100-hour
soon.
game.
So you should play
you
that.
have my Bravely
Yeah, I
Default.
do. Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, I haven't started yet, but I'm going to do it this week, I think.
All right. So recommend.
The other one is I spend my early teen years up till the age of 33.
Yep.
Was always wondering what Pokemon was. So I will throw my card in
For Pokemon?
for Pokemon X or Y. Now, the look on your face is the same look I kind of had on my face, but I always wanted to try it.
He keeps telling me every time if I get any money to buy Pokemon. I haven't done it yet.
X and now the new one, which is a remake of Omega or Ruby and Sapphire,
Yeah.
not as good as X and Y, so I won't recommend that. But X and Y was the big jump into 3D. I went into it a grown ass man, and I said, I don't know if I'm going to hate it, but I want to
You
try
got X,
it.
right?
I have X, yes.
Yeah, okay.
No, I have Y.
You have
I
Y. Yeah, I was supposed to get X. Right.
It's legit excellent. I went into it like I might hate it. This might be kids garbage. It's excellent. I think you'd really like it. I think both of you guys would really like it. But
He just wants somebody to trade with.
it's the thing. It's kind of like talking about a Persona game. You can't describe it to someone until they play it. That's
So
the only kind of
basically,
way
I
you
gotta
can
play
sell
Bravely Default and then Pokemon X.
it. It's hard to say what one to play because they're so different. But I will throw my hat if you're looking for something to play. That's a really big jump for you, I know, because you're only into Nintendo now. But
That's a pretty huge jump for Nintendo time.
I got the 3DS, and then a week later, I got Y in the digital store, so I can't loan it out. But no regrets. I thought it was awesome.
No, I'm not going to do that.
That's okay. That's what I mean. I mean, it's a big risk, and
I think, I have a pretty decent collection of 3DS games. I'm thinking about it now. Like I have Mario Kart and Luigi's Mansion, the Mario game, 3D Land, Fire Emblem. Yeah, that's pretty good. And the Zelda game, that's pretty good. Like
There's a
all
lot of
those
good-
are really good games.
and there's a lot of
Fantastic
good 3DS specific remakes as well that are out, like Final Fantasy 3 and 4, and a lot of the old Dragon Quest games.
And the DS stuff too, right? Like you have access to all DS stuff that
Yep.
happened too, and like a lot of that stuff is fantastic. Like man, you want to play a fucking old school Contra game? Contra 4 is amazing.
yeah, Contra 4 is only on
It's freaking
DS
amazing.
because your card slot in your thing will take DS games and 3DS, so you have like 10 years of
Yeah, you do.
games you can play.
and the DS stuff is
Yep.
equally good.
Yep, totally.
Like Advance Wars Dual Strike, unreal. That's a great
Advance
game.
Wars. Yeah, I
that's
forgot about
a-
Advance
that's an
Wars.
incredible game. I think Fire Emblem is a better series, but they do both work on the tactical kind of.
Yep.
But Advance Wars is great too. Man, there's so much because Star Fox, Jesus, like
I think the guy who who created Final Fantasy and worked on the first like 5 or 6. I think that he did Fire Emblem for the Wii. I believe that was
Maybe.
his piece. I think that. What's the name of the studio? Is it like Micro Wash or Micro something like that?
I'm not sure.
I think that's
I
it.
didn't get a Wii. I got a 3DS.
Yep.
I'm just saying Nintendo in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Fire Emblem.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Basically, yeah, like to have that is a huge backload of games, a whole huge backlog, and a lot of
Yeah,
it it's
I know,
really
but I got
good.
$40 to spend now, and I don't know what to buy. So
I think that personally, I think that you can go with. I think Bravely Default is a safe bet. I think Fire Emblem, even though I haven't played it, is
a safe bet. It is.
Like I don't think you're ready to jump into the Nintendo things of the world. Maybe Metroid.
Zelda, he would be. Zelda, I'd say he'd totally
Yeah.
love. And I think that Metroid for
Metroid,
sure. But there's no
for sure.
Metroid there yet that's like on this system. When it does, it'll be the thing.
When you can get access to Super Metroid, if that ever comes in the eShop, keep your eyes open. You will love it.
Oh yeah, Super Metroid is one of the best games ever
lot.
made. Probably, they're in my top 3, I
Yeah.
think, of all time.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
what about that Kid Icarus game? Did you play that one?
Awakening's pretty. Quid Icarus Awakening is what it's called? No, it's Fire Emblem
Uprising.
Awakening. Uprising, right. I haven't played it, but I heard it's pretty good. It's an action based thing though, like a very action
it's super
based,
3D
super
action.
like
Rail.
yeah. I heard it's really good though, but I heard it cramps your fucking hand in how it's played. If they made it work with the second stick, I think it would be awesome. I think that's the only problem that game had was the control. I think that,
But I think it was circle pad compatible.
Circle pad compatible?
I think so.
Oh, then it might work with it. Who knows?
I thought so.
But that was the only thing I ever heard that was wrong about that game was that. But I heard that the game itself was amazing and the story was good. The gameplay was excellent.
The story looks appealing because it's like the Greek mythology
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah, it was a really good reimagining of that character, as far as I know. But I have never played it. It is one that I've always been meaning to play. Like it's been sitting there.
Oh yeah.
For a
So
long
the other
time.
thing about the 3DS, where's all the deals?
Yeah, they don't do that a whole
All the
lot.
games that
There's
like
not a heck
from
of a lot of deals.
2011
Yeah,
are all still full price.
Your deals are going to come from in-store purchases. The Walmarts of the world, the EB Games of the world.
yeah,
That's,
yeah.
that's where
definitely,
your
yeah.
I
deals
don't
are
have
going
time for that.
Well, Nintendo doesn't really discount their own games ever.
No.
Like, they don't ever go down in price. Like the Link Between Worlds is $40. It's always going to be $40.
It's always gonna be
unless
$40.
they make a platinum series and make it that, but they don't do that anymore. You'll never get a deal on it. Like
Twilight Princess is still like $30.
yeah.
Like even though it's been out for 7 years.
You can get it in the platinum series now for $20. But like there's
okay.
there's a platinum series. Only when they do that does it ever go down in price. So that's the shitty thing. When you have a Nintendo product, you're going to pay full price for it. The entirety of it'll never go down unless they do a Nintendo sale. Like that's a nationwide for everybody.
Because the Steam sales and the PlayStation Flash sales and all that stuff has got me spoiled.
Yeah, it's definitely a very different thing. But the weird thing is, and it might make me sound ridiculous, but if Nintendo publishes a game, it's good.
Yeah,
It's never a shitty fucking game. If they've published a game, it's a good game. You can be rest assured that you're going to pay full price, but it's a quality product. Like you're going to enjoy it. Like, and it's weird to say, but I've never been disappointed with a game I purchased that they've made ever. Like absolutely, like I don't think ever. Even like going to like weird stuff that they went out with, like Eternal Darkness and Geist and stuff. I loved them all. Like,
yeah, no, that's true. I'm just trying to think now. And
it's really weird. Everything they've done. So, yeah, it might be just the fanboy in me, but I don't think that's the case. It's pretty much universal. If you look at Metacritic any year, like Nintendo is the #1 publisher because there's a reason for that. Because everything they put out is a quality product.
Yep.
You know.
So get Bravely Default.
Holy shit. Okay. All right.
Feeling good about your purchase? Do you have buyer's remorse after this talk, or
So
No.
much good stuff, but you have so many consoles to play, and I think that's the thing. That's where I feel like
Well,
I'm trying to like.
The handheld side of things I've been doing a lot more lately anyway. So
Yeah.
it made that much sense because I play more handheld games than I do console games.
Right.
So that's fine. And it does open up a whole new world to me. And I sort of went through the shop and I kind of made a wish list. And there's like there's a handful of games that kind of stood out to me that I wanted to try anyway.
Right.
So yeah, I'm going to have stuff to play on that for years.
Yeah, you will. Yeah, it's definitely it's a good purchase.
And all the games seem like they're huge. Like every single game that I'm interested in is like at least 20 hours.
massive.
oh, they're
Yeah.
all huge?
Yeah.
I've been really debating putting my foot in, like plunging into the fucking Monster Hunter. Like,
Oh yeah, Monster Hunter. Yeah,
Well, see, I
I've
got
been
Freedom
really-
Wars for Vita last year, and that's supposed to be like a Monster Hunter clone.
Okay.
Started it, got into it. It's like it looks interesting, but I never stuck with it because I went back to the Persona,
Right. Right.
Persona 3.
Okay.
So
there's also Shin Megami Tensei games that are exclusive to 3DS as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
and there's also
There's a lot that's exclusive there.
there's
like
also
from-
that line of games that
known
are
franchises.
I can't remember the name of them now, but their Persona Q is based on their engine.
Etrian Odyssey.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. That's right.
They're all that.
Like,
So,
if you're
another beef
especially down the JRPG hole, like that's even more.
I don't want to get too deep into that because there's
It's
just
just
so
too
many
big.
to play. Like
Yeah.
I have a handful now that I want to play, and I know there's dozens and dozens more that I could add to it, but I just don't want to.
Golden Sun is a Nintendo RPG property, I think.
Yep.
That's out on the DS probably.
Yep.
I was looking at a lot of top 25 lists and that sort of thing on the internet, and I was really disturbed that Plants vs. Zombies is not on any of them. That doesn't
Is
make
it even out for DS?
Yeah.
3DS? Is it?
That doesn't make any sense.
It's a small screen though. Oh no, I guess you do. You don't do the touch part. You maneuver over
idea.
the cells, or
And also, the touchscreen is balls.
it's not bad.
It's not multi-touch. It's just like
It's not like the Vita.
How to use that stylus?
it gives a stylus.
Yeah. So watch that sour mouth. Sour taste out of your mouth. Watch your sour mouth. And maybe replace with some delicious delectables in a segment we like to call cupcakes.
And
Oh,
Bev, can you
man.
sing our cupcake song?
Cupcakes.
Oh yeah.
I like how he does a new song every time.
Every time, yeah, I love it.
So we started a bake-off.
We
I
did.
guess. Did we?
We
Is that what
did.
call
We
it?
kind of did.
No,
a little
it's like
bit.
everything we do. We say it's a competition, we say it's a challenge, and we start it, and then we go, "That's pretty crazy," and then we don't finish it.
We did though.
So
We're
I
finishing
think this is
one.
actually going to be something we're
happen.
going to.
All right. So what do you got, Chad? You baked something.
Yeah, I So in because last time we got here, we had some. Well, what 3 times ago we had orange cake.
3
and then we
times
had,
ago.
And 3 times ago, we had orange cake. And we had it, and Bev said, you can't make orange cake. You just can't do it. And then Mark said, well, I'm going to take that challenge. I'm going to run with it, and I'm going to make some orange cake. So I came up, I got some orange cake. I made my own this time. So me and my daughter, Raven, made these about 2 or 3 hours before I came here. Actually,
So
no,
fresh cake.
These are fresh cupcakes.
So what was your method? Do you want to let's to try it first and then tell us your method, or
Yeah,
what do
you
want?
can try them first. I'm going to take a nice picture of these though, just the same. Put them up on our Twitter. Hold on.
Okay.
Get the tweet pics,
Sweet tweets.
the sweet tweets.
That's what we should call these cupcake tweets. So what do you think? Let's speculate here. Let's have a pregame.
So do you think?
speculation?
Because I'm interested to see how we got the orange flavor, because we came up with a bunch of different things. I used the flavor packet. It was for icing.
Yep.
And I also used orange juice. And I think it didn't have that artificial creamsicle flavor. Maybe it was a little too much like oranges, opposed to like the artificial orange flavor, which is what you're kind of going for.
Okay.
So I'm interested to see what he used.
My guess is going to be orange drink crystals.
There looks like there's orange zest sprinkled on
Get those
top,
napkins there.
which is interesting.
You are correct in assuming there is orange zest.
Okay.
That is
That's
something that I did.
On top of the icing.
So no Crosby orange drink crystals.
No, I didn't go artificial at all.
Oh, this is au naturel.
I
I'm
went.
take one with the umbrella on it.
Umbrella.
I took
Umbrella?
I took a scratch cake mix and
Is that like
soft.
an oxymoron?
no. I like a recipe for like a scratch, like just white cake.
Okay.
And so
Ooh, fancy.
I did it.
Scratch cake.
And so I did that up, added some orange juice and orange zest to the recipe, and in the icing I did the same. When I made that, I put orange zest and a little bit of orange juice in that as well.
Soft cake.
So and I put a little bit of coffee in the.
Scandalous.
I did on Raven's suggestion. Actually, she said it
Is it
adds
instant coffee?
moisture. Yeah,
Is it
instant
that
coffee.
jar of instant coffee that I gave you?
The Maxwell House. Yeah.
The little no-name brand one.
Oh no! This is. But
Okay, we're going to try this?
so I hope it's good. I haven't tried them yet.
That's good. And guys, make sure to chew into the mic so I can cut it out. It's delicious.
They have orange in them. I'm really happy about that.
They're really orangey.
Yay!
I can't taste much coffee, though.
No,
but I
there
do
wasn't much
feel-
coffee.
I do feel refreshed.
I'm happy about the amount of because I started eating the batter a little bit just to make sure there was enough coffee or enough orange, and then I added because the original recipe, I put in 3 tablespoons of zest.
Yep.
And then
3 tablespoons. Holy smokes.
yeah, and then as I was eating it, or as I had the batter, I didn't really taste much of it, so I put like an extra maybe 3 in it again, and after that I was like, oh yeah, now it tastes like orange. And then when they baked, Raven had one before I left and said like, oh, it's nice and orangey, and I was pretty happy about it. But
Yeah, this is like it's really good, but again, it's not that creamsicle flavor.
It's not that artificial
no,
but it's delicious.
gelatinous sponginess you get from the
No.
box ape. But I got to say, this is really great. And it's not too sweet. Like, I don't feel like I'm going into shivery diabetic coma like your icing.
I made the icing too.
Icing's delicious.
was
It's
happy.
delicious.
Yeah, it's really good.
Thanks, guys. I'm happy I did it.
See,
If I could take... So, if we... For what we have so far, if we wanted to build the ultimate cupcake, it would be... Combine the best of both of your guys. It would be I don't know. I can't do it.
It's not right yet.
They're both very good. They're both very good.
So what are you going to bake for yours?
It's going to be orange flavored. That's
Okay.
for sure, because we definitely have a theme going here,
Yep.
and we'll just take it from there.
All right.
I mean, I'm thinking orange pineapple ice cream. I'm thinking orange pineapple cupcakes.
I think.
Am I right?
This might be presumptuous for me to say, but I think it's safe to say that orange cake is not out of our grasp.
No.
I disagree. Because it's just not the orange cake. It's not. These are great orange cakes, but they're not the orange cakes. However,
We don't need to deny ourselves orange cake. Is what I'm saying.
we can agree that
You can make a delicious orange cake.
orange is the king of cake flavors.
It is,
Would
though.
we
It
agree
is.
on that?
Yeah, I'll
Well,
definitely agree.
Raven
with
had some. She had one before I left, and she said, "This is really good," and she really liked it. And
And you're like orange cake.
I was like, "Right." And then she said, "Oh, I was gonna." She said she was gonna make a cake for like Pie Day at school. They do like a Pie
Sure,
Day,
yeah.
right? And she said, "I think I'm gonna make this batter again." I was like, "Yeah," because I got all the ingredients still. Go do it.
Nice.
And so yeah, it's pretty cool.
You can need a lot
But
of
she
oranges.
zested up the orange for me.
I think
Nice.
this
And,
would be good with coconut on it too.
Oh, that would be really good. You're totally right.
See, orange, you got all kinds of flexibility. You can do chocolate, coffee, coconut.
Yeah, the
Orange
I feel like I
chocolate
should've put-
cake would be delicious.
We had orange chocolate cake.
We did?
It had the big chocolate on the top, remember?
Oh yeah,
It's delicious.
Yeah,
that
it
was
was. Yeah.
my idea.
I mean, you don't have that flexibility in friend of the show, Sarah's suggestion that
Of a cherry chip.
What are you
Nope,
going to
not
put
at all.
coconut on cherry chip?
What are you crazy? What are you, an animal?
What are you going to put chocolate on cherry chip? It's called Black Forest. Just get a Black Forest cake.
Damn right.
Get out of here with that. So, orange is definitely the, we'll say the king of cakes.
Yeah.
But maybe the
Who's
color
the king
red-
of segues?
Damn it, you blew it. Would we say that red is the king or queen of video game types? Rouge Warrior.
Games with Rogue in the title.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Do you want to start that again?
No,
We got a
no,
bit
I
too
don't.
big for our britches.
All
there for a
right,
second.
so we all play games with Rogue in the title,
We did.
and Bev wrote a song about it.
Rogues gonna get ya.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Wow, it's like Lou Reed's last song. Oh man,
That's my summary of that Metallica Lou Reed. Lulu.
Lulu. Yeah.
Who's going
So
first?
someone started playing a game with Rogue in the title. Another person piped up and said, I'm also playing a game with Rogue in the title. And the third person said, I need to play a game with Rogue in the title.
Yeah,
So
that was our great, brilliant
That was the great
discussion.
plan.
Which one was I?
So you were the first one. You were the originator.
Actually, I believe that it came to pass because he was watching the credits of Assassin's Creed Rogue for what, 50 minutes?
15 maybe.
No, it was longer than 15 because I remember your first text to
Yeah, it
us
was like 20 or 30
I'm
minutes or
still, I just finished it. And I was like, oh, cool. And I said, like, yeah, I'm playing Rogue Legacy. Funny. And then you were like, yeah, ha, 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 we're playing Rogue games. Ha, 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 ha. We're such good friends. And then like 45 minutes later, we get another message from Mark that said, credits are still going.
And you couldn't skip them.
It was like
Did you
45
understand?
minutes.
Oh,
And there-
understood.
Did you understood?
Did you understand? Did you understand what happened at the end in true Assassin's Creed form?
Yeah.
Did you know what happened at the end of that game?
I was drunk.
Yeah.
Well, no. Also in true Assassin's Creed
Fashion. Yeah.
fashion,
I was on the road, and it was my last night out.
Yep.
So after a long week of shooting, and I had a few beers.
Well, that's how you always end an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
And at the end, you're like Templars, whatever.
So do you want me to tell you what happened at the end of
Templars,
it?
whatever.
No, I just wanted to see if you were in the right mode
Yeah.
of
Right
finishing
mindset, yeah.
an Assassin's Creed game.
This game had the least convoluted ending of all of them, I think.
Oh, really?
But
So
in
more
some
straightforward.
way, that was a little.
A little bit of a letdown.
The ending was weird. It was really weird.
What? Okay, I'm never gonna play it. So
I'm going to play when Rogue HD comes
There
out.
was I think.
Oh, it will, because it came out for PS3. So
Yeah,
and they're like, well, that's the better game. We should really.
There is a little bit of novelty in the game, in that I got $25 trade-in value when I brought it into EB.
$25.
Ooh.
Holy smokes!
$25 for a last gen game. Nice.
I'm just kidding. Well, I did get that, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That it takes place.
Pulling our leg just then.
No, it's true. I did get $25 for it.
Did you really?
Yeah,
Holy cow!
but that's not what I was going to say. It takes place in Newfoundland, like I told you guys before.
Yep.
And you can go to Grossmore, and you can go to Port aux Basques.
For real?
Oh my god.
You can go to
that's
Lewisport, Terra Nova.
Did they say it in the game?
Yeah,
Grossmore?
and then the guy says at one point, there's a mission in St. John's, and he says, "You're like lieutenant or whatever." What's the guy, the second command on a boat called? The captain and
The rudder man.
the rudder man says, "We need to go to Conception Bay."
What?
Yeah, at one point.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but their level.
Holy cow!
Their level design is just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they didn't even try.
But
make it look
still,
like
that's
Newfoundland.
pretty awesome.
And there's a
though.
big landmass on the next to Newfoundland, and I mentioned all this stuff before.
Yeah.
That's a little bit of a novelty.
Yeah.
The other novelty is you play as a Templar instead of a assassin.
It's like watching Republic of Doyle, right? Just like that.
There's a lot of side stuff to do. I mean, I feel like I talked about this already before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I just got to the point where I was like, I'm sick of doing all this side shit. I just played through the main story and finished it.
Right.
Okay.
And I think it's the first time I've ever done that with Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
That I didn't finish at least like 90% of the side stuff.
Even 3?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I finished
yeah.
a lot, almost
Yeah, you
all
did.
the stuff in 3.
I remember when you did, and you were like, "Man, I don't know."
Yeah, but this one I just like, this is all I can stand, and I can't stand no more. And I had to give it up. But I tried to go to all the spots in Newfoundland just to kind of check them out. Be disappointed every time.
Oh, of course you did. Yeah.
But it really
How
felt.
much of the game is in Newfoundland?
There's 3 areas.
Okay.
So there's New York, which is kind of cool. That's the big landmass. So like you can
Right.
run around a lot in that one. Everything else, the other 2 maps are boat combat, boat travel,
Sure.
Yeah.
and different ports.
Yeah.
One is, I suppose, it's like New England somewhere.
Okay.
I'm not really
Boston.
sure what it's supposed to be, but
Right.
it's not like any city.
Okay.
They're just all like little ports.
Okay.
And the other one is Atlantic Canada.
It's like
So,
Halifax.
Yeah, there's Nova Scotia's there too.
Okay.
You can go to Halifax.
Okay.
You can go to
It's actually
Yarmouth.
there. Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, perfect. You know what? I've always wanted to go to the luxurious place of Yarmouth.
There's not if it's anything like the Assassin's Creed
300
game.
years
There's not
ago.
much to see.
No, that's what I was kind of alluding
You take
to.
it all in about 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Do you jump down into the hay?
Yep,
Are there towers in Grossmore?
mostly trees.
Almost the trees. Okay.
Yeah, trees.
Lots of trees. Yeah. They got that right. Good job, guys. Good on
job.
you.
It does tie in with a lot of the other games around that era, so it ties in pretty heavily with 3 and 4.
Right.
So it sort of links 3 and 4.
Okay,
That's where it kind of
okay,
that's where it
gotcha.
falls in the canon. It's
Because 4 was like way off there. Like the,
4 was
yeah,
is before
4
3,
3. Yeah.
and so it kind of links the characters from 4 to the characters in 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, and it's a backstory for a lot of the characters and all that stuff.
All right.
in 3.
So if you have played the series, there's at least that part of it.
Yeah, it
okay.
explains like
Yeah.
there's a dude with a limp and explains why he has a limp. That kind of stuff.
Perfect. Because those are the unanswered questions.
'cause
Really, you were up at night. I'm pretty sure. Thinking
Everybody's
about that.
wondering, why is he limping?
Why is Limpy McGee limping? Yeah, I got to figure
kind
that
of
out.
stuff, right?
Yeah. Okay.
It's possible that Assassin's Creed may be the only really popular game franchise that I will just honestly, openly come out and say, like, I don't think I like it.
Yeah.
I don't,
2
there's
is
not-
amazing.
There's not many.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
2
2
is
is amazing,
amazing,
but
yeah.
there's not many franchises, possibly none, that I can say aren't for me.
Yeah.
I don't like Assassin's Creed games. I really don't think I don't like them.
I really
Do you play
I have
because
a
you feel like you have to?
love-hate relationship with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love them all a little bit,
Yeah.
and I hate them all a little bit.
I don't like the combat.
No, I didn't hate 2.
No,
And I didn't hate Brotherhood.
No, Brotherhood either, because they're the 2 that I played and I
Yeah.
fucking adored. And I haven't played any since because I almost I know that none of them are as good as those 2, and I haven't
Yeah.
even touched them.
Ever since then, there's been like some part of it that I wasn't really
Right.
happy with, but I
Yeah.
just liked the world and
Yeah.
the gameplay to the point where I
But do you
forgave
like
it.
the combat? Do you guys like the combat in
I
Assassin's
mean, they haven't
Creed
changed
games?
anything
Haven't
since
changed
Assassin's
anything,
Creed 2.
Yeah, 2 was the
They sort
yeah.
of refined it in 2 from 1.
Yes,
they
yeah,
haven't
they've
changed-
changed it there for sure.
They haven't changed a thing since
No,
then.
you're just hitting like buttons for counters and stuff, and there's not much going on. Yeah, But like,
I kind of like the alternate history and the whole the sci-fi element and all that. It really, and the historical side of things. You know?
I don't like that whole Templar thing. I just don't think I like it.
right?
The secret societies,
and the Animus
yeah.
business. I don't know.
I like the Animus stuff, but they don't do it anymore.
Well, do you hear about the movie?
the Michael Fassbender one
I think it's going to be awesome.
for real, or
Yeah.
okay.
I mean, he's going to be awesome in it. I think.
Yeah, he's going to be awesome. Anyway.
He bought up that
he's
license
awesome in
himself.
everything.
I think
Did you really?
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 years ago, Michael Fassbender
Yeah, he did,
put his own money on the table. To
Oh
get it.
wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But he'd be perfect in it. He'd
Yeah,
be
he
great.
would be. Yeah.
He's a good guy.
He's good in everything, though.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. Like,
As soon as I know he was going to be in it, I know it's going to be a good movie. He's going to jump off a church or something into a pile of hay, and it's going to be like, yeah, of course.
I did that before a million times.
Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
What did I see Michael Fassbender in recently? The Imitation Game? No, he wasn't in
No,
that.
isn't in that.
X-Men.
Yeah. The
X-Men's what it was.
X-Men's.
The X-Men's.
Magneto.
So, okay, so that was your Rogue game.
Yeah. So
And
what,
then-
Chad? What was yours? Because you came in saying that you played a rogue game
I
too.
did. I played Rogue Legacy.
Okay.
And I played it cross-playing from my Vita to my PS4 over and over again whenever
Your
I
Vita?
had time. I got so addicted to that thing. Has anybody else played it?
Yes.
I've only started it.
Holy crap.
I could sum up that game in 3 words.
Okay, what is it?
One more run.
Yeah, exactly. There were points where I did not sleep. Like, I barely slept. Like, because I was just too busy playing that thing. Because the next time I'd be like, this might be the guy that gets it through for me.
It's the perfect pooping game. Like you could,
It's not a good pooping game.
It's a great
'cause
pooping
you're
game.
You're gonna hurt yourself if you're sitting on the toilet that long.
No. But you can play a run you can play a run or two in a poop.
How long do you poop?
What?
Like,
Like, I'm not very
how
good
long
at the game, so not very long.
Okay.
I die
good,
really
good,
fast.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because for me that wouldn't work out for me. I don't know.
This sounds exactly what you're talking about. 10 million. One more run.
Yeah.
2 runs in 4 minutes.
Oh man.
Type thing.
So good.
No, like if you're
good at it.
really unlucky, you might have a 2-minute run. But
Yeah,
no,
but
it's going to be longer than that.
It's gonna be longer than that. Yeah. It was. Like I kept playing it over and over and over again to get to try and kill those bosses. Did you kill any bosses?
I killed the eyeball boss.
Okay, but that's it.
That's it.
Oh wow. Okay. At the end of it, I got to say, the second one took me a long time to get. It tells you like.
So where is the second one?
Have you been reading the books in the castle?
Yeah.
It'll tell you where he goes next. So like.
Oh.
Yeah. So like.
But are these randomly generated every time?
It's
Yeah,
randomly
per
generated,
level.
but
So you'll enter in the castle,
Yeah.
and then if you head up,
it's the tower.
The tower. If you head down, you go to the dungeon.
Yeah, darkness. it's
Darkness.
called, yeah.
And if you head all the way to the right, it's
It's
the forest.
Yeah. So that's the 4 places, but they're always in those.
Okay.
They're always based in around the castle in that way. If you read the books in the castle, your ancestor who got in there first will kind of say the places he went each time. So it basically goes castle, forest, tower, darkness is the way to do it.
Yeah. Well, you can
right?
tell by the difficulty too.
Oh, totally. Yeah. As soon as you
Yeah.
go up to the wrong place, you're not supposed to be there.
Yeah.
And the worst part.
But it's very difficult. So the idea is you will.
The enemies you encounter, their levels are a lot higher in.
Oh, the level
Darkness.
numbers are on them.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And also,
I ran into a
their
castle
attacks.
with a sword above my head.
Yeah.
And that's basically as far as I got.
Oh, Jesus.
I installed it on my Vitas.
Okay, gotcha.
So I've done that at least 300 times,
Yeah.
Okay.
or maybe 800.
Really?
I'm kidding.
Okay.
Sound like that.
I finished.
Exactly.
I finished it at I think level.
Guys, jokes.
I think I was 130 something, 136 or something when I finished it.
Jesus, I have no idea what I am.
Yeah, and the last 2 I finished in the same day. The last 2 bosses, like I plowed through them because whatever upgrades.
So
I had,
there's a boss in every area.
Yeah.
And then is there a final boss on top of that?
Yes. Yeah. Final boss on top of that, and then you can go back into it again, and there's upgraded versions of those bosses in the tower. But I haven't done anything since then because I feel like if I started that, I'm off for another 17 hours.
So at that level, do you feel like when you go to the castle thing, you're just hacking through?
Oh yeah, you're like one shot, everyone's dead.
Okay.
Like it's really great when you feel like a boss going through that castle.
It has this like great reward system. Even if you fail, like as long as you can pay for an upgrade or get a better weapon
care.
or whatever,
Yeah.
at least you're doing something. And it's
Upgrade your gold first.
a rogue.
The way to do
It's
it.
a rogue game, roguelike game that's very rewarding and just definitely encourages you to keep playing.
Sure.
Yeah, and
I was hooked on it. I wanted to play Persona 3
yeah.
because I wanted to get Persona Q, right? But I just couldn't stop playing Rogue.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, like it really took me by surprise how much I loved it, and I had so much else on my plate to play, and that was the only thing I wanted to touch.
Yeah.
Like if I had the TV and Raven wasn't watching anything, I played it out there, and when she would take the TV, I'd go into the Vita and just cross play it over. Like I just couldn't put it down, and I think 14 hours I think was my end time, 14 or 15 hours to finish it. And
Wow.
it
Have you
was
finished it? Yep.
No, nowhere near it.
and
I only killed one boss. There's 5 bosses.
and like the cool thing is like like the people that you like every time you die you become like the next of kin of the
Yep.
person that died, and you get to choose between 3 different children.
Okay.
And they all have different unique abilities and stuff. So one would be like nearsighted and like it's all messed up. One person will be like upside down.
Yes.
Like one
Oh
guy
my
will
God.
be like
Just die now.
die. Yeah, you might as well kill yourself. There'll be like, but they're
The
all like,
colorblind one was great, and then you can get if
the
you
one
get the
that's
right
afraid
item.
of chicken and the chicken runs away.
Yeah.
Like so, like you can't pick up a chicken. You have to kill the chicken to get the chicken.
There's one that's balding too, or something.
Balding.
Yeah.
Ones are gay. Ones are like they all have different character traits.
Some of them are
And
giants. Some of them are little tiny guys.
yeah. And sometimes it'll all line up to be all positives. Every
Yeah.
once in a while, you'll get stuff that's all like,
Yeah.
okay, they'll get
then that's
energy
your
from
one.
everyone they kill. They'll get they'll be a spelunker and get more gold from everyone, and like all those things will match up and like have critical hit like chance will be high. And you're like,
Nice.
Jesus, okay, well I got to pick this one. I got to do this run now because they're here,
Okay.
right? Like
So there's a lottery in a sense that then you
Whoever-
get your person with all the stats, and
Yeah.
you're like, this is the one.
just
This
like
is the one.
you can
Did you ever
did
get
you
a
get a
color-
demon?
No.
You can fly.
Did
Shoot
you?
fire.
I haven't got that yet.
Yeah,
I had one guy who was colorblind.
Yeah.
And you can get an item that gives you glasses, and then the color came back.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, I did not.
Yeah, I
get
found
that.
it- I found a
You
hidden
found
item.
it in the
Yeah.
in the castle.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, it seems like I'm going to be playing Rogue Legacy next
As
week.
soon as you start
You-
playing it, you won't stop.
You can't
I'm telling you now.
do much worse with your time.
Really?
No.
No, it is one. Like
Does that make sense? What I just said?
You can't do much worse. Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
yeah. If this was
I'll take your word for it.
if this was a game that came out like I know it came out like 2 years ago or something. At this point,
I've had
You
it
can't
on
do much better.
but this is going to
Anyway.
be like
You can do much worse.
you can do much
with your
worse.
time.
Yeah, that's what he's looking for.
what it is.
Yeah,
I've had it
Thanks,
on Steam
guys.
for like 2
Yeah.
years. I had just haven't played it
because
because I never got into it.
I
so.
can't. Yeah, like if anything takes the
great game
place
to
of
have on
this for my like game that I played this year that was 24, like that wasn't in this year, I'll be very surprised. Any game takes
Really?
that. Like yeah, it's so fucking good.
If you have it on your work computer, it'd be great too.
Oh
You do that all day long.
Well, I wouldn't recommend that to anyone at all, sir.
No. So you know, you were a little underwhelmed by the Rogue game you played, but you did play Rogue Legacy.
Yeah.
So and you love that,
Yeah.
like I did. Bev, I'm really dying to hear the Rogue game you played because I'm pretty
Yep.
sure I know how this is going to go. So as we were having this conversation about Rogue games, Bev was trying to find one to play, and he didn't want to do the same one as us. And I mentioned that there was a really crappy Rogue game that came out,
Yep.
or supposedly crappy Rogue game, and we couldn't remember the name. of it.
Supposedly.
Yeah, supposedly. And what game was that? Because I think that did you find it somewhere? What happened?
Let's back up the bus
okay,
here.
let's talk about it.
I like playing really great games, just like I like watching really great movies.
Right.
But I also really like playing really bad games every once in a while that I know are very bad, just like I like watching really, really bad movies.
Right.
That are known to be bad.
Yes. Your
Troll
rooms,
2s,
your
your
troll 2s,
things.
your things. Yeah.
So, Rogue Warrior came up, and this was released 4 years ago, maybe. Infamously bad game, right across the board.
Isn't
Mickey Rourke
that's what I was
Yes.
thinking. Mr. Mickey Rourke himself.
as the
Mickey
voice.
Blue Eyes, they call him.
Blue Eyes. So he plays the voice of a gentleman who I'm going to say Richard Marenko, but that's not right. A real life mercenary, or who's a Navy SEAL or something like that, and
Well,
he
that
went
sounds pretty
into North Korea or something like this
Yep.
in real life, and is a very incredibly brave and courageous man who did a very great thing for his country. And a book was written about him, and he is known as Rogue Warrior. So I believe in my Wikipedia searches after the game was done that this gentleman has a couple nonfiction books written about him, but it has since grown into a series of fictional novels.
Okay.
And it's some sort of franchise.
So he became like a Bond out of like a real thing.
It's as if James Bond actually did something real and then spawned 20 movies.
Okay, gotcha.
So Rogue Warrior is published by Bethesda.
Yep.
Pretty good sign.
Oh, definitely.
It's made by Rebellion. They made
it's published by
Bethesda.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything.
No, but you know, I know
their track record's
Fallouts.
pretty good.
Developed by means
Rebellion.
something else.
Now Rebellion,
If it's developed by Bethesda,
Hey.
then it's going to be good.
yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
If it's published by, it means nothing.
exactly. But I saw the name there, and I
Yeah,
said,
they don't.
well,
They don't have the worst track record. I must say. Like, I think the worst game, probably besides this one, may be Wet or something, which isn't that bad either.
Name something that they published that was good.
Evil Within.
I just know him from the Fallout games, and
Yeah, Skyrim.
also
I guess they published Fallout New Vegas.
Skyrim and Bethesda. What did
They
I play?
did Rage, didn't they?
Yep, Bethesda. Yeah, that was Rage, and
I thought that was good. It was the developer.
But it was
Bethesda
still
bought
Bethesda
it.
Yeah.
And also Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein.
It's all
Fuck
Bethesda.
yeah, Jesus, they had a pretty decent.
So I
track
knew-
record.
I knew it was a really
And
crappy game.
even if it's like not the best game, they're pretty decent games.
There's some sort of name behind it.
Yeah.
So I went into EB Games and purchased this, but I saw Bethesda, thought okay.
Okay.
Made by Rebellion.
Yeah,
who
when you went
made-
into EB, what did they say? I just want to.
I know. Hold on now. It's made by Rebellion, so they made Aliens vs. Predator, which is great. Aliens vs.
Yes.
Predator, the PS3 361, I think is really great.
Yeah,
I
I heard that. Yes.
Went into EB Games to purchase it and got the funny looks. And the
Yeah,
lady
you
who,
asked to buy Rogue Warrior.
Yep. And the lady who I tried to sell a body count to, she was there, and she basically made a comment along the lines of, "Are you playing this along the same lines of body count? Like, why are you looking for this game?
Right.
Probably the same reason you're trying to sell body count here."
What are you trying to sell body count here? Take your shit away from here.
So you
get
did
outta here.
something wrong, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, kind of.
just trying to make you feel bad about it.
Like you made the comment, it's like purchasing pornography. Like you should feel really bad about this. So, Rogue Warrior is a first-person shooter. It has taken the place of Body Count as my new flagpole bad game.
Really?
Because Body Count, the thing about Body Count is that Body Count has a lot going for it because it has incredibly solid mechanics. It has incredibly solid mechanics with everything else is garbage. Rogue Warrior is stiff. It has horrible controls. It has a sneaky mechanic that you die all the time when you're in hiding.
Good.
When you're shooting people, it looks like trash. All the smoke and gun smoke and explosions all look like garbage. Sometimes you hit people with your gun. Sometimes you don't. Your big spray shotgun is just as accurate as your handgun from 50 miles away.
Very like the Rogue Warrior.
Like if one person's shooting at you, you can take a bunch of bullets and you'll still live. If two people are shooting at you, you're dead instantly. It's 2.5 hours long.
What?
That's a good thing, though. Right?
Yeah, when it
2.5 hours.
when it came out, it was full price. Mickey Rourke does the voices of this character, and all he does is swear. Like it's just swear words the whole time, and there's no
Like,
context.
What kind of swear words?
It's just you know Duke Nukem 3D. You know when he tries to throw those catchphrases together, and he puts them in at times where you think they're going to be like not tasteful, but they would have a comedic punch.
No, like examples.
You know, like poopy pants, or you know,
He said poopy pants.
pants.
He said poopy pants.
But I mean, this guy is he'll
You
have
gonna make me poopy pants?
when you get close to people, you hit the triangle button and you do what they call a kill action, and that's kind of the only redeeming thing in the game because
Does that make you poopy pants?
makes you poopy pants. You'll come out of first person mode and you'll the camera will pan around. It'll be this third person action, and the animation is really great for this 1 second. It's really gruesome and kind of gross. Some chapters are 45 minutes, some are 15 minutes.
right.
It's just a piece of crap. It looks like right now, if you were to see GoldenEye for the first time ever, but it was someone tried to put it on the PS3 or PS4 and said that it was like next gen, the best stuff. But it looked just like the original GoldenEye.
Yeah.
That's what this is like.
Wow.
It's trash. It is garbage.
So the moral of the story is, if you only have time to play one Rogue game, make it Rogue Legacy.
Definitely.
Make it Rogue Legacy.
Definitely.
All right, so
A price comparison. AC Rogue, how much new?
$60.
Yeah.
$60? Is that full price or is it?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Rogue Legacy.
$17.99.
Wasn't it free last month?
Free last month. Yeah.
And Rogue Warrior used is $4.95. So
You get what you pay for.
choose well.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy update. I played a couple minutes of Final Fantasy 13 too, and that's pretty good. Okay, next segment.
All right.
I like that we had like a musical intro to that, and then
Yep.
that's how long it was. Fantastic.
So we were asked by the Sci-Fi on the Rock
Yep.
organizers if we would want to do a live podcast at the show this year.
Yes, and we said, sure, bye. Why not?
We said sure like a few months ago
And then
when it was really far away. We're like,
Forgot
yeah,
about
why
it.
not?
Yeah.
And then anyway, so it's happening on April 25th at
April 25th, yeah, at
50th,
6 o'clock.
yep. April
6
25th.
p.m.
6 p.m. Yeah,
Newfoundland Daylight Savings Time.
exactly. Yep.
It won't be daylight savings.
No, it won't be.
Yeah, well,
Isn't daylight savings
No,
time?
it's over soon.
the center time right now, Daylight Savings Time. Daylight Savings Time is actually longer than standard time.
That's right.
Anyway, so there
Yeah.
you go.
There you
Knowledge.
go. Knowledge, guys. Knowledge is power.
Thanks, Mr. Science.
So, yeah, if you guys can come,
That would
any
be
listeners come
amazing.
and show up, because this is kind of weird if we're just three of us.
I hear that this usually most panels in Sci-Fi on the Rock usually do fill up. There are usually a lot of people there. People go to see absolutely everything, which is nice. But if you actually are a listener of the show and you come, that would be amazing. I would love to see people that maybe we don't even know,
If
or
you
maybe
wanna,
we
like,
don't meet a whole lot.
Take my spot
Yeah.
on the podcast, and you can
Yeah.
talk about something.
Okay,
That'd probably make me feel better.
It might, yeah, but
But
that's
then
not
in
gonna happen.
turn,
Yeah.
you can have a hand puppet with me, and you go, "Don't say that. I'm going to cut it." Swear some more, man.
So we have the 6 p.m. slot, so we can say what we want, which is nice. We don't have to watch our P's and Q's. There won't be kids there or anything, so that's nice. And we're going to try to do like a relatively regular show, but I
Are
think
we?
some.
What are we gonna do? We should do
know.
something different.
I think we're going to have some.
If I had to sit in a crowd and watch what we just said live, I'd be-
some.
This is gonna be like amplified in a room.
But yeah, exactly. There's going to be some participation of people and all that kind of stuff. I think it's going to be fine.
I think you're just saying like this is just gonna happen. I think we need to.
Oh, we're going to plan some stuff. There's going to be some fun shit that we're going to do because
We should
this
do
is
some
going to be
giveaways. We should give away body
Rogue
counts.
Warrior.
Rogue Warrior and body count. There you go. That's going to happen.
I still have the EV stickers on it too.
Oh, definitely. We're going to have some fun stuff planned. We haven't decided yet because this thing is sneaking up on us pretty quick. But I'm really excited about getting out there and actually seeing some people. And I think that it's going to be a pretty successful thing for us to do. I'll be participating in a panel on the day before ours where it just talks about podcasting.
Ooh, two panels, Jed.
Ooh,
I'm so
two
cool.
chains, two panels.
I think it'll be me and three other guys talking about like doing local podcasting and what to do and everything. And so if you want to see that too, I'm not even sure the time of that yet. It'll be on the website and sci-fiandtherock.com. It'll be up soon. But I'm excited to go. I really enjoy the expo. It's always a lot of fun. And last couple of years I've gone, I've been really, really, really fun. And it's cool to be a part of it. So I'm kind of honored that, people kind of came to us and asked us to do it. It's kind of cool.
Oh, we're in the Lucas room, by the way.
Right. Lucas with the lid off, I guess.
I think George Lucas.
George Lucas. Okay, cool. I thought it was like the actual rapper Lucas
with
Canadian.
the lid off.
Yeah, totally.
I don't know who that is.
But so come
Back
out
in
and
the
see
90s?
us, Sci-Fi on the Rock, April 25th at 6 p.m. And we'd love to see you. Honestly, if you listen to the podcast at all, or maybe maybe we'll have some new people that will listen to us. It'll be great. So good times.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
What's all the in stuff that we say at the end of the show?
If you want to get a hold of us, it's mailpatterngaming@gmail.com. You can join our Facebook group, Mail Pattern Gaming Support Group. It's a closed group, but if you ask to join, we will add you, or any of our other people will add you. It'll be great. You can get a hold of us on You can download this on iTunes or on the interwebs, Libsyn, or on any podcast software. We're available on everything. Rate and review. Tell your friends. It'll be great.